Well, hello, everybody. I am very excited to be here tonight. I'm Beth, and I'm going to be your city planner. Tonight, we'll embark on a thrilling adventure of Nightcrawlers Battle of the Bands. Before we go any further, though, I want to thank you for being here on Wanderer's Haven for this stream. Some special thanks to Epidemic Sound for providing the music that you have been hearing and will continue to hear tonight. And I did want to mention that Wanderer's Haven is participating in the No Kid Hungry Super Streaming event through May 21st. So No Kid Hungry provides meals for kids in need. They're really great, so please donate if you can. And if you donate, there are some incentives that could influence tonight's game. So the links are in the chat. There's a QR code on the screen as well, so take a look at that and donate if you'd like. Some info on this game that we're playing tonight. Nightcrawlers is a Splatterpunk role-playing game that was created by Tanner Ye with amazing artwork by Sally Cantorino. Whether you are a seasoned veteran or new to the Splatterpunk genre, get ready to experience some heart-pumping gang wars, blood binges, and hopefully a chance to earn some respect here in the underground. Now, in Nightcrawlers, you take on the role of Kindred, a group of monsters living in a secret society hidden from the mortal world. Our players will be a group of Kindred residing in Chicago, competing in the annual Battle of the Bands competition. And not only does this event offer a hefty cash prize, but it also provides a coveted opportunity for notoriety. This group of Kindred is determined to make a name for themselves, and they're poised to give the performance of a lifetime. So as our players take the stage, they'll have a chance to lay it all on the line and try to achieve their goals. Sit back and relax, and I guess get ready, because we're going to be going on this unforgettable journey that's filled with music and mayhem and monstrous mischief. So in order to get into that, I think we should go ahead and meet all of our players. This evening, we have some really fun folks. I'm very excited to bring them all to the screen with you all. So let's maybe go around and make some introductions. Let me know who you are, where you can be found, and who you're playing tonight. We'll save the character descriptions for when we actually meet them in game, but let us know who you are. Let's start with Deb.
Hello, I am Deb. This is my first time on Wanderer's Haven. I've been in a couple of games with Guild Superior and have played with Beth and Kev before, and so I'm really excited to be here this evening. I am not on Twitter, but I am on Instagram at dsweats. It's mostly pictures of cats. The cats may make an appearance on stream tonight. Who knows? It's a gamble, but I'm very excited to be here. I will be playing Izzy Solaire.
Awesome. Thank you. So glad to have you here. I hope the cats make an appearance because it's good luck, typically. Yeah. All right. Well, let's keep going around here. How about you introduce yourself, Nanad?
I'm Nanad. You can find me online on Twitter as Nanad or on das.camp. And probably find me on Instagram if you try hard enough, but the harder post there. Tonight I'll be playing Herbert Crush, and well, you'll find out.
Oh, they'll find out. I'm really excited for your character. Lots of good stuff. Yeah. Thank you for being here. Glad to have you. Continuing on with another great player, we have Sid. Tell us about yourself.
Hi there, I'm Sid. You can find me on the socials at _Sundance Sid. Been here on this channel for a few times, played with Kev a little bit. And tonight I'll be playing Daka Wolf, and let's get it. I'm excited to get into what he's all about.
Oh yeah.
That we are all about.
Yeah. Oh man, that's great. I think that I think your character is going to have some fun tonight for sure. And how about you, Kev? What's up? What's going on?
Hello, yeah, I'm Kevin, and I'm here as well. I'm having a blast with these cool folks already. We haven't even started. So, I'm Kevin. I'm found online at the socials at KevRan Games. I'm one of the production team here at Wanderer's Haven with Beth and some other people floating around in the ether. Tonight, I am playing the fourth member of our group. I am playing Adam. So, happy to be here. We're going to rock and roll!
Yes, we will. That's fantastic. Thank you guys for being here. We're going to have some fun. I'm Beth Masco. You can find me at Beth Masco on Twitter and on Instagram. And you can find me here on the Wanderer's Haven channel, more and more coming up. So excited for lots of stuff that we've got going on here. But I think it's time to dip into this game and see who exactly all of our players are. So I guess I'll just let you know that we're here tonight in Chicago, where the night air is cool and crisp. The moon is barely visible behind a curtain of fog. It's about 1 a.m. in the West Loop, and the streets are mostly empty, save for the distant sounds of the city and its nightlife. One bar in particular, though, in this area stands out from the rest: the Cobra Lounge. The thumping bass drum and wailing guitars that emanate from inside send a crackle of energy that's felt for blocks. And across the street, our group of kindred stands on the sidewalk. Their eyes are fixed on the bar's glowing red sign. These are members of the band Death Check. They're waiting for their drummer, who said he'd be arriving any minute now. As they wait, they take in the sights and sounds of the city, from the towering buildings to the east, sounds of sirens, occasional flashes of neon light. For the kindred, Chicago is their playground. It's a city of endless possibilities and hidden dangers. Their attention is soon drawn back, though, to the present as a khaki-colored 1990 Lincoln Town car screeches to a halt in front of them, and Baczynski, who is their drummer, is fashionably late as always. He's immortal, but he's as much a kindred as the rest of them. And as he hops out of this car, he just says, I know, I'm late. The drawing isn't until 2, though. We got plenty of time to grab tater tots from Cobra and just eat them on the way. So I'll go grab those and you guys watch the car. And he runs in to get tater tots for the group. This group that's standing out on the sidewalk, why don't you tell me what people would see? Who are you? Who is Death Check? Kev, hit me up with that. Who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah, who are you?
I'm playing Adam. Adam is very tall, abnormally tall, almost 6.5 feet tall, actually. He's very tall, very lanky, though, thin. He has very emaciated features, which are more pronounced by the fact that there are sections on his face, his hands that are visible, back of his neck, his ear, that are kind of stitched and look like almost like he's carved, almost. He's got very chiseled features, one might say. Noticing ears, you've noticed his left ear is missing. He's actually absent-mindedly scratches at the back of where the area would be before turning his floppy hair back towards everybody else. Always with the tater tots. What's the deal with the tater tots? I don't understand. Anybody
else do you
understand
see?
the tater tots? I don't eat, so I don't really get it. But
Classic Pachinski. I don't know.
I remember tater tots.
yeah, you
Yeah.
ate them back then.
Yes. How do you
Okay.
think I am anyway?
I don't know. You're the one always talking about the better times, but before. I don't know. That's something that people who are old say. I mean, I don't know. Are you not old? It's hard to tell with your complexion, man.
Just to describe his complexion, I think this is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see, Crush looks like a stooped 80-year-old man with balding head, wearing a big leather jacket with multiple piercings. Looks like some of the piercings are kind of just pretty much falling through his flesh. Half of his face is kind of rotted off, and he's missing a nose. The clothes kind of hang on him a bit weird. It's almost like there might be bits missing underneath, but it's not very visible. He's also lugging a giant chainsaw over his shoulder.
Very nice visual. My goodness. And we're already missing 2 facial features with the band. Love that for us already.
Yeah.
Deb, does your character have all of their facial features?
She does, actually.
Tell us about her.
Yes, she is like 5'7". She's dressed in all black. And if you kind of get a glimpse of her under a streetlight, you can see that she's got really, really pale skin and blood red lips. And poking down from her top lip are 2 slightly longer than usual canines, because she is a vampire. And she is sort of grumpy and really annoyed that Pachinski is late.
Typical. Who else is here with us? What's Darko doing?
All right, so before I describe Darko, I'm gonna roll to see which form we're in.
Nice.
So evens Darko, odds Wolf, and that's odds. So what you see, standing about 6'4", 6'5", with a blood red leather jacket, dark pants, boots to match, and just absentmindedly fiddling with an accordion. It's a werewolf. This is Wolf. He has typical werewolf look. His ears are pierced. He has the septum piercing, and with circular shades with red lenses. And I'm just leaning against like a trash can, just fiddling away. Could go for some tater tots.
You do know that the Cobra Lounge is notorious for their fantastic tater tots. Definitely chosen over fries on their menu pretty consistently. And Pachinski can't play a show without them. So this is part of his routine. That's why he had you meet him here with his car. Well, his grandmother's car that she is very generously letting you all use for tonight's event. She thinks that perhaps you're going to a concert. Well, that Pachinski is going to a concert with his friends. She doesn't quite know about the whole underground kindred thing going on. But he's still in there. I mean, it's a hoppin' night. It's a Saturday night, so getting some tater tots to go is going to take a minute. As you're waiting out there, though, a pretty small moving truck pulls up, and out pops a blonde, sort of nervous-looking young woman who walks right over to Izzy. Miss Solaire, I have all of the gear in the truck ready, and I'm happy to take it down to the venue as soon as we get the drum set in. You just tell me when that's ready.
Why is the drum set not in there already?
because it's in Baczynski's car. I'll get it right now. I'm sorry. I should have already done that, and she'll
Yep.
go and start
Hey,
lugging drum stuff. Yeah. Hi, Adam.
Hi.
It's good to
how,
see you.
How are you?
Pretty good, as she says as she's like struggling beneath the weight of a bass drum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm excited for tonight. It should be really good.
Yeah. 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 It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be really cool.
Yeah. Definitely. Then she'll turn and keep lugging the drum along, come back and get each of the pieces. Oh, Adam.
You don't have to talk to her, she's just... I drag her along because she's the worst and we need help.
Yeah, I know. Adam's gonna take his guitar up into his hand and he's trying to strum a rhythm out on it, and there's like a weird like bing to the he's just I'm gonna get it, guys, don't worry, I'm gonna get it. And he just kind of walks off a couple short distance away, trying to fix and trying to play the instrument a little bit better. He's been trying for a couple weeks now to nail this solo, and with Battle of the Bands tonight, we got to make sure this happens. But
We've got to.
mm,
Absolutely. What has everybody done so far to kind of prepare for the night? Are there any rituals or routines that you do to sort of get yourselves in the right mindset to play a killer show?
We howled at the moon. So that's
Oh,
what we
good. Yeah,
nice.
did. Yeah, so
that definitely helps.
helps to calm the nerves.
Oh yeah. What about
Very good.
Crush? What does Crush do before a show?
Refills the chainsaw and then
Good
puts
call.
on his one leather jacket. One advantage of like being dead that you don't sweat. And
Awesome. Well, Nikki just keeps bringing the last bits of this drum set out of the backseat of the car, thankfully, because there's not a lot of room in there. It's going to be tricky fitting the five of you in there, but in just a moment, Baczynski comes out with a couple of bags with some styrofoam containers full of tater tots, and he comes out. I got some ketchup and some mustard, because Crush, I don't know why, but you seem to like mustard on your tater tots. Not asking questions. But yeah, we've got the goods. Nikki, you got my drum set in. Fantastic. Thank you. What do you think, guys? Are we want to chill here a little bit longer? We've got some time before we have to be at the drawing, but I mean, you let me know. Are we feeling antsy? I feel good now that I've got the tots.
let's go. This place is deader than me.
Wow, man. As you say that, you still hear just like the thumping of music coming from this place. The Cobra Lounge, it's fine. The music that they play there is okay, but it's very much a human bar. Not much of a scene for Kindred and those of the underground. But it's close to your practice space, which is kind of a shitty old warehouse that's been abandoned up the road, and you've claimed it as your own. The acoustics are terrible, but nobody bothers you there, so it's a great practice space. With all that said, well, guys, if you want to hop in the car, it's gassed up and ready to go. Grandma took out her walker, so there's plenty of space. But yeah, I'm driving, but who gets shotgun? You get to pick the music. Crush, it's you. Get up here.
Yes. Well, I take out a tape from my pocket which has our latest music on it.
Nice.
I was entirely sure why we have a tape, but we do.
Oh, good call. Yeah, we should really listen to all of our tracks beforehand so that we're ready to go. I mean, I know we've been practicing, our five top hits, but it's good to hear it almost from an outsider's perspective, Good call. All right. Well, you all pile into the car, and Paczynski's going to fire it up and start going. Let me just see here. He gets the car going and starts moving up the road a little bit. You're on Lake Street, which is it's like underneath one of the L tracks, so it's pretty hidden. Normally, it's a great place for y'all to hang out. It is, however, a Saturday night, and moving forward, you're going to be driving through Fulton Market, which is just awash with. Well, the finance bros are partying in River North, but like next step down, that's everybody partying in Fulton Market. So he starts moving forward before he kind of stops you all, and he kind of pulls over a little bit and says, "Oh, guys, okay, I figure I should I guess let you know our route just in case any of us get split up. I know that it's kind of a rough night. We've got a lot."
I mean, split up. I mean, what do you mean by that, man? I mean,
I don't know what happens tonight.
Attack or something? I mean, what do you mean?
Oh man, no, I didn't mean it like that. Shit, I'm sorry. No, I just mean that if things happen like they're wont to do on the Battle of the Bands night, we might end up, I don't know, getting blown up or something, for all I know. So I want to, kind of show you what's up. And he'll pull out an old map from the glove box of his grandma's car, and he'll sort of like, awkwardly spin it around, fold it over to where it's supposed to be, and he sort of folds it so that you can see the map of, from where you are that far west all the way to the lake and a little bit further south to about Chinatown. And he draws a line on the map, kind of going essentially due east up Lake Street, and he draws a big X just south of the Chicago River. And he says, "All right, so the drawing tonight, it's going to be happening in Lower Wacker. Nice and quiet, good place to be. I was reminded that no funny business should happen there. It's not, the space for that, but everywhere else is fair game, I guess. So we'll drive this way if there's any trouble. I don't know what to do. Down south, it's a mess. There are monster hunters everywhere. They're out tonight. They know what's going on, so it's looking kind of rough out there." But then he takes his pen again and sort of swings it around. He's like, "After the drawing, we just cruise up Lakeshore or down Lakeshore, and we'll be there." So I think we might be able to get through this unscathed. I don't know. I don't want to jinx it, but
why did you just say that?
Because I'm trying to be positive, you guys. You're also
you can be positive, but you just I feel like you just ruined our chances. Yep, you jinxed us.
Well,
That's just you can't just go say it all the time. It's whatever. And I grab a box of our third box of tots.
Nice. Yeah, the car smells like tater tots for sure. Just fried food, but it doesn't matter. You're gonna be all sweaty soon anyways, so scents don't really bother you all too much right now.
Especially when you lost your nose 40 years ago.
Oh,
Right.
man. Yeah. It happens to the best of us. So Paczynski is going to pull back onto Lake Street and keep driving forward. As it is a little bit late, there's not a lot of car traffic here, just the occasional Uber or cab that's going by to pick folks up. But he sort of has made sure to be, driving pretty slow and seems to be looking around. Guys, keep your eyes out. I know that some of these fuckers will put up traps, and I don't want to fall into any of them. We've got too much on the line tonight, so just keep your eyes out.
Hey, if I can survive a mob with pitchforks and torches, I think I can get through this. I mean, come on, guys, just keep our heads together, right? I mean, we got this. We've trained a long time for this. We're ready, and we're gonna do this right. And I've still got the guitar, like I'm still messing up that same note. I'm like, and I just keep trying to fix it again.
See, he's got the right attitude, you guys. I mean, we have to think positively. That's the only way we're going to do this. I know that a lot of times punk bands, metal bands, they get really dark and shit, but we're not a punk band or a metal band. We're a doom polka band. So we need
Doom
to carry
polka forever, man.
Doom polka for life and beyond.
energy. Hell yeah,
Yeah.
life and beyond. We've got something special, you guys. So just we have to protect it. Keep your eyes open. We'll keep going.
Yeah.
I light up a cigarette.
Nice. Just oh man, roll the window down. My grandma's gonna be so pissed if she smells that.
Yeah, you
Just
snuff it out.
I'm not gonna tell you not to
Yeah, roll
smoke.
window down, lean
Does
out.
it, but doesn't your
And
grandma
the smoke
smoke?
is coming out down through the shirt.
Yeah,
Doesn't
grandma
your grandma
smokes.
smoke those giant stogies though? I mean, is she really
Yeah.
gonna be worried about some cigarettes in here?
No, she knows the smell of Pall Malls when when they sort of fog up her car. So if it's not a grape swisher, she's gonna be a little bit upset. So let's just
And I remember
Just
that
keep it-
time that Darko had that electric cigarette in here, and man, she lost it. She just about lost her head, man. I thought she was gonna be one of us. She went so postal. I thought she was gonna have an aneurysm or something. But
she almost did.
yeah,
Like 2 days later, she was in the hospital. They say it's because she tripped on a sidewalk, but I think it was because she was so upset by
Young
finding
people
that
today
incident.
just so sensitive.
oh, man, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to offend you at all. I'm really sorry I made that joke. That wasn't cool of me. I'm really sorry.
No, it's fine, man. I mean, she's fine. She's the toughest broad I know, so I'm not worried. I just don't want to, take too much heat for, the car and
It's
stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Crush, pass that back here. I'll take a couple of puffs of that. And I'm in, definitely the back middle because I know
Yeah.
I'm the smallest I've resigned myself.
I
And I'm
take
just
out
trying
I
to,
take out another cigarette and light it off the first one, pass it back to her.
Oh shit, you guys. You know what? Give me one too. I'll just drive with the windows down on the way home. Oh shit.
Meanwhile,
All right. That'll help calm the nerves a bit.
Darko, you want one?
No. And we have our heads out the window because, werewolf and sensitive nose and all that good stuff.
And it just feels good, doesn't it? That night
Yeah,
air
with this.
kind of blowing your fur back.
Yeah, something like that.
Man, don't. Okay, I don't mean to be such a. I don't know, but just try not to drool down the side of the car either. I know it only happened that one time, but I'm just reminding you. If we're able to do this right, then Grandma will keep lending me the car, and we can keep kind of doing these shows. So, all right, that's enough. I'm done lecturing everybody. But
Not because you told me
let's
to,
keep
but
moving.
for Granny P. All right. Not because you said so.
Thank you. I'll let that slide. Now, does anybody want to roll a skill check of any kind as you're driving up this street to make sure that you avoid any potential dangers? You can tell me what skill you want to use and if you're looking for anything in particular.
I'll roll a skill since my head is already out the.
Perfect.
Since I'm
Yeah.
already out the window, I'll just see if I get any smells on the air.
Awesome.
And we roll under, right?
Yeah. So with this, there are 6 stats that players can roll. They are muscle, nerve, flesh, brains, guts, and blood, and each of them represent, obviously different skills that players have. So, which one are you going to be rolling?
It seems like a guts roll.
Yeah,
Perception
absolutely.
cut.
Yeah, let me know.
I'm
what you
also
see.
keeping my out kind of since I'm looking for the front window.
Yeah.
I'm also rolling range.
13, rolled an 11.
Awesome. Okay, so that's a success there.
I
Crush,
rolled
did
an
you-
8 under 10, so was
Awesome. Yeah. So with the two of you kind of looking out, you're able to see ahead a little bit farther. Baczynski's kind of short, and much like his grandma, he sits sort of low in the seat with the steering wheel up above. He doesn't like to talk about it. It's rough for a drummer with short legs and arms, but he makes it work. He does his best. So as he's just focusing on the road, the two of you are able to see that ahead there are a couple of figures on the either side of the street. You wouldn't be bothered by it because normally people are coming and going from bars, but there's like a group of 5 and a group of 4, and they're just kind of standing there, and you're able to see that.
Hey,
Does anybody-
I think we should go this way. I think those people are waiting for us or for someone.
Chinsky slams on the brakes. Oh shit! I didn't see them.
Well, if they hadn't spotted us before, they have now.
Oh god.
You gotta keep driving, Patches. Don't stop.
Yeah. Okay. So he cuts a hard left and takes you up a couple of blocks. I don't want to go too far north. We don't have a ton of time for this. Should we cut over now? I mean, shit. Does anybody see anything down this road? He'll have you kind of look up the road and yeah. What do you see, Crush?
I got 4 under 10.
Awesome. Yeah. So you sort of watch as you pass each street. You got a couple with some people. There's like an idled car on another one of the roads, but you kind of get up to what is another sort of primary street that has street lights and stoplights to get people where they need to be, and you think it's probably safe enough to turn down this street rather than some side road. So Chinsky turns the steering wheel. You guys go right back on your way to the city. Now as you keep going, Izzy, you get a call on your phone, and the ringtone that plays, it kind of sends prickles up your neck because you know that it is Nikki.
What?
Hi. Hey, boss. I just wanted to let you know that everything is great so far. I thought you might be concerned, but we're looking good. I guess this sort of orange X that they painted on the van here is really doing its job. I haven't had any problems yet, but I just wanted to check in and make sure that you're all doing well, and that that Adam is looking like he's ready for that solo. I know that he is really he's really been practicing hard. So I just wanted to check in.
Yep. We're fine, yeah? Everyone else? We're doing fine? Adam, you're fine?
Yeah. I'm gonna get it, guys. Don't worry.
Great.
Yeah, I hope you get by the end of the night. You need that solo, mate.
Nikki just says, "Okay, I'll call you in 10 minutes. Bye."
No,
and hangs
no.
up.
Oh, god damn it. Okay.
Who was that on the phone?
It was Nikki, of
Oh,
course.
is she okay? Is everything
She's
all right?
fine. Yeah,
Okay.
she just called to say hi, basically.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, hi, Nikki.
She's gone.
She's
I'll let you answer it next time, Adam. Maybe you seem to enjoy talking to her
that.
more than me. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I gotta work on this.
Hmm.
Well, you'll get there, man. I mean, just keep being you. Be exactly who you are.
Just a better guitar player.
Yeah, that would be really good, actually. I mean, you're pretty good. Pretty darn good.
Thanks.
But we all need to be on our A game tonight. So let's
Yeah.
let's keep that up. The road is pretty clear moving forward. You're able to pass by now with no issue. You have taken a road that's north of the river, so you'll have to cross one of the bridges to get back over. And you're able to then hop on the road that brings you down to Lower Whacker, where this drawing is being held. Now, under Lower Whacker, the lights are orange, as they always are. It's quiet, like it always is, even during the busiest times, until you get to a certain point where there's sort of an offshoot down to the right, and that's when you start hearing some noise. And as you keep driving forward, it gets louder until you're able to see some cars parked on the sides of the street, and a fairly large group of kindred sort of milling about down there. You can feel the tension already, but everyone looks to be mostly amicable at the moment. So, as you all, death check, arrive at this meeting place, you're able to see all of this excitement, and sort of in the middle of all of these kindred milling about, you see Jammer, who is a warlock and the lead singer of a punk group that you've all heard play a few times, known as the Grim Nemesis. He's sort of, getting the crowd together, ready to impart some important words before the night's events begin. So Buczynski will pull the car over, and he'll turn it off, hop out, and just say, "Okay, guys, just remember, this is one of the, no trouble zones. We're going to pick our songs. We're going to get our order. We're going to see what's going on, and maybe get like a little eye on the competition too. So just, be careful, I guess. We're underground, and you know how it is." You see some groups that you're familiar with, Grim Nemesis being one of them. They won the Battle of the Bands last year. They are excellent.
They rock.
They really do. They really do. Their sort of energy and anger that comes from their music is inspiring to you. And it's not the same genre as you, but you'd be lucky to capture some of their vibe. You see a few other groups. Some of them are familiar. Some of them are new. There are even a few that a couple of the members who used to be part of other bands, but it looks like they've sort of created new bands, morphed together, a veritable Frankenstein of bands, if you will. And you have a chance, just for a moment, because it's not quite 2 yet, to sort of scope things out from a bit of a distance.
How big is this group of other musicians and rockers?
So there looked to be about I think there was 12 bands on the roster for tonight, and they range from bands of 3 kindred to 6 kindred. You don't think the band that had 8 members is playing this year, and as you look around, you don't see them. They had sort of like the full orchestra, and they didn't perform very well, so it makes sense that they're not here tonight.
Dark Tentacle, yeah, I remember them. Yeah,
they were fine. I mean, no judgment. They went out there, they gave it their all. it was fine. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, there are a good number of vans out here.
Adam is going to see the large group of people. He's going to take a moment to just steady himself. He's going to breathe a few times. Everyone's going to notice that his right hand is shaking a little bit. He kind of just cool. I'm cool. Takes a deep breath. And he'll stand out, but he'll stay right next to the car for a minute, just looking, taking it all in.
We put a hand on Adam's shoulder. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, it's just me.
Oh.
Just
Okay.
us.
Cool.
Hey, can you like move out of the way so I can get out of the car? You're
Oh.
blocking the.
Yeah. Sure. Sorry. And he's gonna just take like half a step to the right, which clears him of the door.
I, like squeeze my way out.
Hey, you're gonna be all right. You gotta get it.
Yeah.
We roll.
I step out the car, tracer on one shoulder, look around which bands are checking us out.
Oh, good question.
So there are a couple. A lot of these groups are. It's interesting. It's as if they're mingling, but you can very clearly see that bands are sort of clustered together. It definitely shows the tension of the night a little bit, but everyone's trying to kind of converse in good faith. But from across the way, you can see a few eyes on you. Some are friendly faces that are bands that you've seen play before, and some that have watched you play. There's a group of created that have all homemade instruments. It's kind of cool. They really wanted to like lean into sort of who they are and what sounds they can create together. So a lot of hybrid instruments, things like that. Their sound is a little industrial for your liking, but they do a pretty good job with what they have. And they sort of look over to you, Adam, as a member of their brood, and just kind of give you a nod. Another group that you aren't really familiar with, you might have seen some of their faces before. They're kind of standing towards the back, a little bit out of sight, but you're able to make out a tall, sort of beefy gill man who is sort of like an aquatic kindred. You can see him sort of standing behind the group with a mohawk. There is a demon wearing a leather jacket who is kind of just twirling his tail a little bit and looking fairly bored. And then there was someone else there. You thought, oh, yep, there they are again. Okay, you get it. There was a ghost woman over there that keeps sort of shifting in and out of your sight, and she's been kind of looking your way as well, but distracted by a young fairy girl who just keeps tapping on her shoulder. Occasionally her hand sort of slips through and tries to draw her attention again, but they've been giving you some looks. And then another group that's also here in the Battle of the Bands for the first time that you've seen before. They are a metal band with some really low guttural vocals that are just super impressive. Adam, that's not exactly what your vocal range is like, but I mean, it's pretty cool to listen to, frankly. But they're sort of looking over at you as well. Yeah. Are you gonna hang back by the car for a little bit longer? Some more cars are pulling up here and there, and a few band members will hop out. Yeah.
I mean, what should we do? Should we mingle? Should we pose? I mean, Izzy, what do you think? What do we do here?
I think we mingle.
Really?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Never had.
Have you ever tried
Let's
to?
mingle. I'm good at mingling.
Yeah. Have you ever tried to create your own instrument, Adam? Because maybe that's the key. Maybe that's what you're missing is to
My
nail
own
your
instrument.
solo. That's what those other created seem to have done. Is they have their own instruments. So
Yeah.
ask them about that. I don't know. Get some tips.
Okay.
If you want, I
yeah.
can help. Could pull out my chainsaw.
Oh well, that could help. I mean, yeah, it's worth a shot. I mean, I don't want to switch to anything new like right now because there's such a limited amount of time. But I get what you're coming from.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Dr. Van Gogh told me that sometimes you got to be creative. That's the spice of life. Sometimes is you have to switch things up, move things around, figure out what fits where, what's the best way to do stuff. So maybe.
Yeah. I just feel like if we mingle, it will take your mind off of things and make you a little less nervous.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, we're all gonna mingle, right? Like together. Like, I'm not gonna be alone in the group.
Yeah,
of people.
man.
If that's what you want, sure.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, we're a group. We got to stick together. Pachinski has double checked all of the locks on his grandma's car, just making sure everything is good to go. But he'll sort of look over. Let's go talk for a minute. I mean, obviously we want to destroy all of them, so maybe it'll help to, I don't know, see what their
Know your
weaknesses
enemy.
are. Or, yeah, exactly. See, I like the way that you think. This is great. And so yeah, you walk over to the crowd. Is there anyone in particular you'd like to speak with? I know you're maybe thinking about the other created band, but yeah.
I think that demon guy is totally checking you out, Lizzie. I don't want to.
Probably. We can go find out. He's not bad looking.
How does she do that, Darko? How is she just so out there? How does I don't know. It's a lot to put yourself on display like that.
Fake it till you make it. It's fine.
Exactly. You just got to do it. I mean,
Okay, yeah.
once you
All
put
right.
your mind to it and just do it, everything else.
Yeah,
comes
just do it, son.
Yeah. And then with that said, I walk straight up to the demon guy and just look at him. Hey, you got a problem with our? You play bass, right? Izzy? Bass.
Yeah.
That's what. You got a problem with our bassist?
Who, her? No.
Who else?
No, I think she's delightful.
Oh,
In fact,
right.
alright.
you all are.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, I am. Oh, well, never mind. I thought this was something different. And good luck. And I turn. we
Leaving so
turn.
soon? Ah,
I'll
well,
be
we'll
around.
we'll see you later tonight. Have a good show.
Same to you. I turn back. We turn back to the group and it's like, well, that's not what we thought it was. He seemed very interested in all of us. It might be something.
Do your keen animal instincts tell you that there's something up? We should get away from there, or
I
Well,
would
he
just
basically-
say that we should be careful of that whole situation.
Yeah, depending on,
Oh, come on, if you can't trust the demon for help, who can you trust?
That's true.
I met some really nice ones there.
I met some assholes.
Adam, it's your turn, and I push him toward the created.
hey, fellow created, how's it
Hey.
going? I'm Adam.
Are they all
Yeah.
named Adam?
No, man. I mean, I do have a cousin named Adam. Not you though. It's just a coincidence.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's nice to meet you. We're the Twist of Fate, and I think we've seen you at one of our shows before. I'm Jimmy, but it's kind of a wild night, right?
yeah, there's a lot of people here, and it's a lot more than I was anticipating. But yeah, your cousin though. I mean, was he made in Germany too, or is that something different? Or
Germany.
yeah,
No,
no.
he's from Ohio.
Oh, weird,
I don't
okay.
know. Maybe he's been to Germany. Why do you know my cousin?
No, I don't know. I was just curious because his name was Adam and my name was Adam. I thought maybe,
Yeah.
because our names are Adam, that maybe we were made by the same person. Maybe Dr. Van Gogh had another Adam that he made besides just me. I know he and Elam,
Oh.
they make a lot of different, well, they tried to make a bunch of different creatives. I'm talking a lot. Sorry.
You know Van Gogh?
Yeah, Dr. Van Gogh. Yeah, he's like,
That guy's
like-
awesome.
yeah, well, I don't know if he's awesome, but he's like my
Well-
dad. He doesn't really appreciate my music. And so I had to run away,
Oh,
I had to
that's
bounce out
rough.
of there. It really kind of sucked. But
Yeah.
it was a whole thing. It was a long time ago, though. His sister got killed. I didn't have anything to do with that, though. It was a whole big mistake,
Yeah.
confusion thing.
It happens.
But like he chased me all the way out in like an ice storm and stuff. It was really weird, man. It's really weird.
Shit.
Yeah. But
Well, that's harsh.
Yeah.
Like, do you like channel that pain into your music and stuff?
Yeah, man. It's just sometimes the dark is just all we have.
Yeah.
Makes me feel alive a lot more than the 17,000 volts of power that was used to make my heart come back to beating after I was carved out of stone.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
Did they actually
that's cool,
carve
man.
out the heart for you? That seems like a lot of work. You have a heart?
Yeah, Van Gogh, he's an artist, so he's got a lot of different stuff he does, but this makes me feel alive too, and I point to the electric guitar on my back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
we're gonna
mean,
wail
hey-
tonight, man.
Hell yeah. He sort of holds up. It's kind of a guitar, but sort of at the bottom where like a whammy stick would be, there's like a cymbal attached to it. And he's wearing a glove that has like a drumstick sort of coming down from his palm, so he can strum the guitar and sort of maybe like tap on this weird cymbal too. He's like, I hope that I can play as well as you do tonight. I mean, we've seen you before, and your band's pretty good. I've never heard a sound like that. It's really impressive.
Thanks,
And
man.
that chainsaw, man, I mean, unbelievable. That's hardcore.
Give it a slight pull just to get the going.
Oh,
good
man,
stuff.
yeah. Oh,
You want to meet the
okay.
rest of the crew? I mean, this is Crush here. Yeah, he plays. Yeah, he plays the chainsaw, and
He's
a
sick.
bunch of other different power things. He's got his power angle
Yeah.
grinder that's in there
Yeah.
too. Izzy, she plays our bass. And,
That's
Darko,
what's
he's our badass front man. He's got the power instrument that pulls the whole thing together. Go ahead,
Yeah.
show him your accordion, man. Show him.
I kidding. I kidding. I really, and I pull it out and I play like a riff on the accordion. Fun fact: there's a whammy bar on my accordion.
nice. That's cool, man. Did you put that on yourself?
Yeah, personal modifications.
Yeah.
That's how you got to do it.
Awesome. Well, unique instruments make unique sounds, and you guys are top tier. Let me tell you. I think we might have a shot this year. There's some new blood in the mix, but I don't know. I mean, we've been practicing a lot, so we'll just see how it goes, I guess. Also, y'all seem really nice, but I would like to apologize in advance if we happen to harm any of you. You know how the night goes. We don't want to do it, but we do. So whatever happens.
Don't think you have to worry about harming any of us.
Oh,
Want to
cool.
give another pull on the chainsaw?
All right, I like your style. Sweet. And he sort of turns to the rest of his group who are engaged with some other folks. Buczynski is like, that guy was pretty cool. I mean, I kind of hope he does try to kill us, because that'd be fun to,
Well,
think
I
we
guess
would,
you're going to be killed and might be by somebody you like.
right? Yeah.
Be
Sweet,
pretty
man.
extreme. Yeah.
See, Adam, that wasn't that bad.
Yeah, that was
You
fine.
maybe got a little too personal with the details, but for what it was, you did great.
Yeah, it was a
Cool.
good job.
Cool, thanks. Yeah, I don't really have a problem talking with everybody. I just have a problem talking with somebody else.
Got it.
Yeah.
I
Right as he
wonder
says
who
that, your
could
phone
be.
rings.
Oh God, here you
Again.
go. Great, and I just throw it at Adam.
I go to put it up and I realize that's the ear that's gone. Oh. Hello?
Is he? Is. Hello?
And I hand it back to her.
Hello?
Izzy,
What?
take the phone.
What?
Hey, just checking in again.
Yep.
I said 10 minutes, but I wanted to give you some more time.
Good.
I just made it to Reggie's, so I'm gonna park out here, and I'm gonna need your help unloading when the time comes. I know we kind of can't do anything until it's our time up there, but I'll just wait here in the alley.
Yep.
So
Uh,
see you soon.
Make sure that no one gets into the truck. Guard it with your life.
Absolutely. You betcha.
Great.
I owe you my life.
Yep. Anything you want to say to Adam? Because that was him picking up, and
Oh, that was Adam? Did he
Yeah.
not want to talk to me?
I don't know.
Um,
Probably not. I don't know.
no, don't say anything to him from me.
Okay. Great.
Maybe I'll talk to him later.
Yeah.
Okay, bye. And she hangs up on you.
What'd she say?
Absolutely nothing.
Okay. Do we need to help her unload the stuff like we did at the last show?
We will, yes.
Yeah, some of that stuff's pretty heavy.
Paczynski sort of leans over to Darko and Crush. All right, I thought it was cute for a while, but like, this dude has it bad. It's hard to watch.
Yeah, he does. But perseverance is key, I suppose. Probably. I don't know anything about that.
It's like he keeps trying, sort of. I don't know if I could say that was trying, per se, but I don't know, man.
It was something.
It sure was.
He'll get it. He'll get it.
It's
Yeah.
really funny.
It is. It kind of is.
Yeah.
And as you,
I'm still
finish-
practicing. I'm oblivious to the
Yeah.
conversation they're having about me. I'm just like, what do you want?
Maybe just lock them together in the car one day and just leave them for a while. See what happens.
Dude, that
Let
would
them figure
be
it out.
really funny. I think he might like just straight up die
Yes.
Again.
again. Oh shit. Yeah. And as you finish sort of disparaging your good friend and band member, the crowd sort of starts to quiet down a bit, and Jammer, the lead singer from Grim Nemesis, steps up onto the hood of a car and sort of beckons for everyone's attention. People like walk a little bit closer. You can see though that they're still sort of, keeping their distance from other groups. But Jammer looks to you all as a crowd and just says, well, welcome, fellow kindred. Glad to have you here at the drawing. Tonight, we are going to come together not only to compete, but to celebrate this counterculture and the music scene that unites us all here in the underground. Winning this competition is a great honor, and it's one that Grim Nemesis is proud to have achieved. Now, you all know our kindred society is a unique one, born out of necessity as a shared experience from all of us of just being different from the mortal world, we know what it's like to be hunted and feared and misunderstood. So we built this community that it goes beyond survival. And you see, like, some of the people in the crowd are just like watching with rapt attention. Others are kind of rolling their eyes. He's getting sort of a mixed bag of responses for all of this. But he continues on, not really noticing what anyone in the crowd is up to. And he says, the bond that we share is something special, a connection that it can't be replicated by mortals or divided by broods. This is a bond that's forged through blood and hardship, and it's what sets the underground apart from the rest of the world. And tonight, it might be about competing against each other, but we're still part of the same family, and we'll always have each other's back. So don't forget that tonight. Now, no one can take away the bond that we kindred share, and it's what makes us strong. It's what gives us resilience to face the challenges of our world. And tonight, as you compete in the prestigious Battle of the Bands, you're going to carry that bond with you as a reminder of who we are and what we stand for. And he pauses and he kind of looks around at the crowd now, trying to gauge interest. You see, as he is able to look upon some of the less idealistic members of the crowd, he deflates a little bit, but then he looks over at another group that is just absolutely fawning over him, and he sort of gets that energy back up again, and sort of leans into his persona even more, it seems. He's like, make no mistake, this year's battle is going to be bigger than ever before. The competition is fierce. I mean, look at you all. Only the best are going to be able to make it to the stage. Now, don't forget, vehicles that are marked with the orange X are off limits. They've got our gear. Don't fuck with it. But beyond that, it's up to you to make sure that you end up on stage. Competing in this Battle of the Bands, it's a badge of honor. It's a chance to prove yourselves. You might make some money if you're lucky. And, well, just know that victory is a noble fate, but, you know, killing for this reputation is equally noble. And he sort of looks around, and people in the group just sort of like, you know, tap a bat in their hands, or sort of clench their fists with their brass knuckles. You see people sort of gearing up with a bit of a rabid energy. He smiles then and holds up a stack of index cards, and he says, now let's select our songs. So when we call up your group, we're going to randomly select the song that you're going to play tonight. So take 5 cards, write down 5 songs. Don't bring in any shitters. We really want the best of the best tonight. So we'll pick your songs, and yeah, good luck. And he's
Woo!
the crowd does start cheering a bit.
That was awesome. It's like a single tear. I'm like wiping away. It was awesome.
He makes eye contact with you. And
I'm kind of just
like,
standing there staring at him.
it's an emotional night, man. So the band starts passing out index cards and pens, and they give you a stack. Now, what are the 5 songs that you will be writing down to possibly perform tonight? Death Check has a robust discography, but you know there are definitely a few that stand out and really showcase your sound, your skills, and really the vibe that you're going for.
Well, guys, we gotta write down Fall to Pieces, because I've been practicing this solo for 3 weeks, and I'm gonna make it happen. Okay, I know I can do it. I know it's our hardest song. I know it's got the really high notes that we're gonna have to sing, but we can do it. I know we can. It's our best song. We have to do it.
Great. I
Yeah,
believe
man.
in you.
Awesome. So we got Fall to Pieces. What else?
Obviously, we need to do Blood Accordion because that is like quintessential death check music.
Absolutely.
Always requested at the open mic night.
It is.
Always.
I know.
Yeah.
It's an oldie but a goodie, you know? Like, we really found our sound with that one. All right. Crush, what do you think?
I think that waltz, it has a certain energy to it.
Yeah.
It's great for
That's
us.
a good one. Death Waltz. All right. Sick. Darko?
Let's throw Red Moon into that one.
Red Moon. I knew you'd pick that one, man.
Yeah,
It's a
man.
good one.
Great accordion part.
I know.
beginning,
You really
yeah.
shine on that one. So sick. Okay, cool. What about the last one?
What do you think? Patches? Where should we throw in there?
Oh, man, that's a tough call. I think I think Kill My Bestie. I know it's a new one and it's kind of experimental, but like it's sort of on the fringes of our sound.
Yeah.
Oh,
That could be
Darko,
a
it looks like
total
you don't
game
like that
changer
one.
if
Shit,
we
man.
can
We
do
don't
it.
have to do that one.
No. I just forgot about it. Honestly, there's no problem. Yeah, we can do.
Well, wait a second. Do you know how to play it? Shit,
I mean,
man, we can pick
yeah.
something else.
Oh, hey.
I mean, listen, there's Doom and Gloom. There's
Patches.
the Death.
Polka
Death
Shot
Waltz.
Parade is really big.
Yeah,
too.
man, that's a good one.
Grab-
Apocalypse.
We grab Paczynski by the shoulders. Say, hey, look at me. I can
Yeah.
play anything.
Yeah, you
Alright.
can.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So
Put
we
it
got
right
Fall to
down.
Pieces, Blood Accordion, Death Waltz, Red Moon, Kill My Bestie. I think this is good. And as you write down, there are other groups who have finished writing on their cards as well, and they go up to the front, and the papers are folded and thrown into a hat for each of these groups. There's a sort of like Riot Girl band up front, and they have their song picked out to some like excitement from some of the band members, and just sort of like a you know, all right kind of nod from the others. Chinsky looks over and he's like, can you believe that they had the audacity to say that they were the next Slater Kinney? I mean, shit, you guys, that's funny.
That's
they're
crazy.
not bad, but like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Another group goes up. It's the band of Created. They hand over the papers and pull out one, and there are a couple of groans from the group. It doesn't seem like they selected the song that they wanted, but I mean, they're scrappy as hell, so they'll be fine. And you're sort of like gathering in a line as orderly as you can for a bunch of misfits, and the band with the demon pops up before you, and Jammer and the rest of his band look at them and say, all right, we got some new blood. Excellent. We love seeing new groups out this year. And the demon, you know, just sort of nods and smiles at the rest of his group. And he's like, all right, so you're new to the scene. Are you new to the city? And they're like, no, we've all been here for a little bit, you know, the new bands, new sound. And he's like, oh, cool, man. Well, what kind of music do you play? And the demon looks at him and smiles, and he sort of looks back and makes eye contact with you, Izzy. And he says, we play a fusion of punk and polka, actually. It's pretty exciting stuff. I mean, you know, the roots of polka music and stuff in Chicago are deep, so we thought it would really capture the sound of the city. And Jammer's like, well, awesome, man. I mean, guess I'm excited to hear that, and throws the songs in. They are able to pick one out, and You see them kind of smile, happy with what they've got. And as they turn around to pass you, that the big burly gill man sort of knocks shoulders with you, Crush, and just says, "Look where you're going."
No, you look where you're going. Looking up at him.
He just sort of laughs, and they walk on. And
Hey, what's your
Baczynski-
song called? Xerox Man? Get it because you copied our shit, but
wow, clever,
That was
man.
pretty cool until he tried to start explaining it.
Yeah.
Ah, shit. Baczynski sort of looks around and it's like, fuck, you guys. They can't be as good as us, though, right? Like,
well, it doesn't really matter. They announced it first, and now we're gonna look like the copiers. We're gonna look like the posers in our own house, man.
Only
Oh,
if they
man,
make
man.
it to. Only if they make it to the. Only if they make
Right.
it to the performance.
Look
We'll
at that
take them
guy,
out
man.
on
He's
the-
gonna
We'll take them out. It's fine. It's fine.
He has got
squeeze that
hamstrings.
guy's head like it's a helpless villager. I'm just gonna squeeze.
Yeah. Remember our song, "Burn the Villagers"? We're
Yeah.
gonna take the ideas from the song and just make it happen.
I'm cool. I'm all right.
from behind you, you hear, "Hey guys, are we picking a song or picking our nose?
Oh, yeah.
What's going on?"
A little bit of both.
Guys, maybe
Nice.
we shouldn't play Fall to Pieces. I mean, maybe we should take that card out
Ridiculous.
because if I mess up this solo, those guys are going to win this whole thing. It's going to be messed up.
Hey
Don't
man,
worry about them.
take it easy. This is your first time in the Battle of Bands, I presume?
No,
Yes.
man, I'm totally veteran here. I'm totally cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Songs?
So what kind of music do you play?
We're the
We play Doom Polka.
we play Doom Polka. We're the resident
Doom
Experts.
polka.
Doom Polka. Yeah, that's
Okay.
what we call it.
That's so weird. Because there's another.
It's the weirdest. I
Yeah.
know.
It sounds super mainstream now that there's like two of them. But
Yeah.
It seems like it, but
It's actually the
Yeah.
exact opposite of mainstream, man. We are so not mainstream. Look at us. I'm
mean-
missing an ear.
dial it back at him. Dial
all
it
right,
back.
all right. Hey, you know what? Anybody can win tonight. So I'm sure that one of the polka bands will, place tonight. We'll just have to see how it goes. All right, toss your songs in. Let's see what we're gonna be playing tonight. So I listed the songs out as you sort of described them to me. I'm gonna roll a d6. 1 through 5, we'll pick whichever song. If it's a 6, you guys pick the song. Let's see what we get. All right. So that is a. Oh no. Well, Adam, you've got your work cut out for you tonight because that's a 1.
Oh god.
Nice. Fall to pieces, baby.
All right, you
Oh.
fall to pieces. I hope that's one that you like. All right, good luck. And he sort of like shoves you back as the next group comes along.
For
Can you
Adam,
see
all
what
the
our
sound just drops out. I'm like,
You got this.
yeah,
Don't-
yeah.
Don't worry about it, man. We're gonna do everything we can up there. It's gonna be awesome. And also, fuck those guys. They
Look at those
are-
guys. Can I see where they're going?
Yeah, so you look, they've kind of all hopped into a car. It's another shitty beater, but they've sort of already revved their engine and look like they're pulling out. So they're on the road, but doesn't mean, this is the last time you'll see them.
Come, let's go. Maybe we should
yeah.
follow them.
Oh, shit. Oh, that's smart. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right.
Give them a nice Chicago welcome.
Well, let's hop in, man. And
Fuck yeah.
Baczynski will go over and he is trying to unlock the fucking fob.
I want to run up,
Yeah,
just
so-
grab the door, and I'm just gonna pull it. Just pull the door, just rip it open.
Can you roll a muscle
Oh
check
yeah,
for me here?
yeah.
If you succeed, you're gonna tear the door off, or at least we'll see how that goes. If you
Okay.
fail, Baczynski will be happy.
Awesome. All right, so my muscle score is a 16, so
Yeah.
oh, 8. So yeah, way under.
Yeah, so you grab the door handle and you tear the door open, and it doesn't fly off the hinges entirely, but you can see you've entirely just obliterated the latch. Are you fucking kidding me?
No,
Dude!
It's cool, and when I turn, like, the handle is broken off in my hand.
Shit. All right, you know what? Fuck it. We've got time to deal with this later. Just get in and do your best. Like, hold the door closed.
Yeah.
Put the handle in the
Sorry, man.
back seat. We can try to glue it, I guess. I don't know. All right, just everybody get in.
All right, shotgun then, so I can hold that shut.
Yeah.
Perfect. You'll all hop into the car. Baczynski's revving the engine, and you head south. So
I'll be like leaning across him, holding the door shut. It looks really inappropriate from the wrong angle, maybe.
just, can you not breathe directly in my face, man? You smell like
Sorry.
tots, and not in a good way.
I didn't have any of the tots though, but
Yeah, well, you smell like them, so just deal. So you exit Lower Whacker as you sort of come out of the orange light haze that's very prevalent down there. You sort of pop back up and hop onto Lakeshore Drive, and you know the sort of like foggy cloud coverage has dissipated. The moon is out and shining. Darko, it's just like beaming down on you.
Yeah, tonight's gonna be a good night.
Hell yeah. You keep kind of heading your way south a little bit, and within a moment or so, you're able to see what looks like it might be the car of that other polka band ahead.
Are they driving or they stopped?
They are currently stopped. So you're catching up a little bit. They're at a red light. You're just about at like Buckingham Fountain, so there's not a lot of people around. There are some folks sort of milling about and walking on Lakeshore even this late, but as far as cars go, it's not crazy busy. But the light changes as you get a little bit closer, and they start to drive forward along with the flow of traffic, and Baczynski's like, I'm gonna follow their asses. We're gonna see what route they take, and we're gonna fuck them up.
Let's just
Do
catch them and then we'll see how well they drive without wheels.
yeah.
I still got the train, so leading out.
Now, as you're all sort of deciding what you want to do to entirely ruin this band's life, suddenly they stop right in front, and Baczynski slams on the brake, but it's not enough, and he hits the back of their car. The front of this car is not entirely crumbled. It doesn't look like the airbags didn't go off, but there is sort of like a hiss, and the engine stops. The car in front of you moves forward, and Baczynski looks absolutely horrified.
It's cool,
Can I
man.
leap out and try to jump on the car as it drives off?
Yeah, absolutely. How about, let's see, let's do a nerve roll, because it's a bit of like an agility situation.
Because my lowest stat.
Yeah.
8 on 8, so...
Yeah. All right. Well, so you run up to the car. You're able to just meet it as it starts to peel away. You're able to hop onto the trunk and sort of like make purchase, grabbing on to the frame of the car by the windows. It's a tough hold, but you grab it, and as the car keeps moving forward, you hear someone shout from within, and then the car swerves a little bit, and you tumble off the back. when you get up and you start to come back to the group, Pachinski's standing in the middle of the street in front of the car. Shit, you guys.
No, it's cool. That'll buff out. Yeah, we can fix that.
I'm not even worried about that, man. I don't know if it can start. Shit. And he'll hop behind the wheel again and just keep trying to turn it over.
Are there any other cars around?
Yeah, there are a few other cars around, absolutely. What do you want to do?
Get a car.
Okay. Yeah, so, let's see, oh man.
Can I just take somebody out the car and say, hey, here's a car coming.
Like Grand
Police
Theft Auto
business.
style? Absolutely, yeah. So, okay, I would like for you to make a blood roll, because this is about projecting the vibe of somebody who is stealing a car.
I do have a chainsaw on my shoulder, which probably helps with what. But... Oh man, I rolled a natural 20.
Oh no!
Oh, okay. So you got your chainsaw and you run up to
This little old lady.
Oh no. You run up to a car and it's just some dude sitting at the driver's seat, and he looks at you. The door is locked and you're holding the chainsaw and sort of looking at him, and he reaches over and flips a button and you hear the whoop whoop of a police car.
Oh no!
Pachinski's like, run, go to the green line. The green line will take you right there. You got to go. Run through the park. And
Can I wrench the door open?
You're gonna wrench the cop cars? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Go for it, man.
Man,
Is it
Darko
muscle
can't go
issue?
back to prison,
Yeah.
man. We what?
I was there for a weekend.
It counts. It counts.
13 under 16 from muscle. Assume it's muscle.
Yeah, muscle, absolutely. So, you are able to open the door of this cop car, and he sort of looks at you and is like, "What the fuck, man?" And he
And that will
takes
him
out-
out.
Well,
Ask his trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, so you try to pull him out. Make another muscle roll real quick for me. And then I also
14 under
want
16.
okay, I want you to also make a nerve roll to see if you can dodge the taser that he
God.
has and is poised to zap you with.
Do I see the taser? Can I maybe throw
5
myself
under
in
8.
between?
Yeah, okay,
5
so
under 8, so I do manage to dodge the taser.
you dodge the taser, and
Or it hits me, it doesn't do anything because I don't have a nervous system.
that is fair. Either way, you're not bothered at all by this taser. The cop sort of gets pulled out of the car, and he sort of stumbles back. He looks around. He dropped his taser. Oh, you fuckers are done.
Oh, shit.
And he starts charging back to you, Crush, as you sit in the driver's seat.
I drive forward.
All right, yeah, you drive forward.
Izzy, turn into a bat and fly away or something. Go, go, go. Run, Darko.
Can I use my one of my edges?
Yeah.
I have mesmerized.
I tried to sideswipe this guy as a go.
Oh, shit. Okay. Izzy, before you sideswipe him, Izzy's gonna try to mesmerize him. Okay.
Yeah, I just like
Okay,
so he has to obey one simple command.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna tell him to run.
Okay. Make the roll. It should be the corresponding skill associated with your edge.
Okay.
And let's see if you succeed.
That would be a nerve roll. I have a 16 and I rolled a 14. So
Nice. Okay. So as this off-duty cop sort of stumbles back, you're able to sort of catch his eye, and he looks at you for a second, and you tell him to run. He looks confused, starts to nod, and then he just starts booking it through Grant Park, just sort of like straight away from you. And you've got Crush, who tried to run him over as he started running away, but fortunately you did not kill a cop tonight. I
did take as one of my powers to raise dead, so I've really been dead for long.
Holy
now
shit.
it's a party.
Yeah. You've got a working car. Baczynski's like, shit, man. You guys can go to the show. I'll figure this out, and I'll meet you guys down there.
No, come on. We're going together.
I can't leave the car, man. Just go. I'll catch up to you. It's no problem. And he sort of gets back in the car and starts sort of working on trying to get it to start again.
Okay, and now I step on it. The light's still going.
Yeah. So you all hop into this cop car then?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just panic and dive in.
All right, so everybody but Baczynski piles into this cop car with the sirens still sort of giving their like mild whoop whoop, and that is where we're gonna take a break.
All right.
So, thank you for being
So
here for the
pumped.
first half of this. I'm truly thrilled to see where it goes from here. So don't go far. It will be about 5 or so minutes, and we'll see you when we return. Well, hey, welcome back. If you are just joining us, we have found our band of monsters, known lovingly by all as the premier rock, polka, metal, doom, rage group in Chicago. There are no other groups like them, and they will prove it. Currently, they just stole a cop car, while Baczynski is working on getting his grandma's town car to rev up again. And as you take this stolen police car down Lakeshore, it's not a far drive before you find the exit where you need to be to get to the venue, which is a little punk rock bar known as Reggie's. They have a restaurant, a bar, a little like venue space for bands, but what makes Reggie's special is that there is a second performance space underground, quite literally, where Kindred and other groups get together to play music, unbothered by other groups, the mortals of the world who aren't a part of the culture. So you all pull up. The front of the building is littered with like motorcycles and other vehicles that have been, sort of parked up the street. You see, like down the alley a little bit, you're able to see the front of the gear truck that Nikki was driving, and so you know that she's there and ready for you to make your way through. So Crush, you'll sort of pull this car into into this alleyway and park it. There's the big blue Reggie's bus parked there with all of its graffiti on the sides, and you know that they use that to go pick folks up from Riot Fest and other events to bring them back to the bar. And you park it there, and you see Nikki popping out of the car with a big old wave, sort of guiding you to come.
Do you see the car of our rivals?
No, you don't see the rivals' car. You didn't see it on the street when you were coming in, and you don't see it now. But Nikki is there, looking a little confused now that she's recognized it is you, but it's not the car you were supposed to be in. And you can all hop out to see her, and she'll just sort of look at all of you. Is that a police car?
Is this? Oh, can I check? Is there a shotgun in the trunk?
You can definitely check for that. Why don't? Oh man, let's say if roll a d20, and if you roll a 5 or less, there's a shotgun.
I love how you totally understood the assignment for this game. By the way, you're just like, we're just gonna steal cars. We're gonna get some guns.
Absolutely,
love it.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 4, so that's 4.
Holy shit! Yeah. Okay. So there's a shotgun. You're able to pull the trunk open, and you do find a standard issue shotgun in the back of this cop car, which you're welcome to take out and use at your leisure.
So I'll take the shotgun, put it under my jacket.
Okay.
It's hardly visible that
Like
I've got
sticks
something
out a bit. Yeah.
Nice.
Do any of you have fingerprints? Because we were just in this car.
Yep,
Oh, we're
pretty
good.
sure I still do.
Oh man.
No. Wolves have fingerprints. Not sure. Doesn't matter.
That's a good question.
We'll deal with it if the time comes. It's no problem at all.
It's
Did
okay,
we
we'll
get
just...
everything unloaded? Are we ready for go? Because these guys, you would not believe it. It's a long story why there's a police car, but man, these guys, they really messed up, man. Just
Yeah, if it wasn't for Adam Woon, if he made it, I'd kind of just tell that to Nikki.
Really? Impressive. Where's Buczynski?
Yeah, Patches had to stay back he stayed with Granny P's car because, things happen.
Like he had to stay with the car because he died in it, or?
No, Patches, if
He's not
Patches-
dead.
Yeah, he's very much
The
alive.
car might be dead, and
Oh,
he's trying to
no.
figure out.
When Granny P finds out, he might die.
Yeah, that's true.
That's another
Yeah.
bridge to cross when we get there.
Uh huh.
Well,
Oh gosh.
that's his.
Well, I died and I got better, so he'll be fine.
That is
it
true.
Really better? No, yep. That was positive thinking.
the only people who are gonna die tonight are those assholes who stole our thing, man.
Well, hey, Adam, take it easy. I want you to just focus on that solo. Because we're gonna rock out tonight.
Right.
Screw those bastards. Let's show them what real Dupoka's all about.
Well, we can't bring our stuff in just yet. There's another band that has everything set up, and when they're done performing, then we're next to bring our gear in. So I guess we just hang out here for a minute.
Let's go check out the competition so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you leaving the cop car in this back alley? It's not visible from the street, so you'd have to like come into this like alleyway behind the bar and other buildings and stuff. So it's mostly fine there if you wanted to leave it. But you guys can hop in. There's a door that's propped open by a sort of really busted up folding chair. And you walk in, and instead of going forward into what would be Reggie's proper, there is a basement door that says employees only, but you open it and head down. And when you finally get to the bottom of the stairs, there's a bit of a hallway and another door. And as of right now, you can't really hear much. It's interesting because you're right there, but as you open up this door, which is very well soundproofed. The sort of, thumping bass and all of this like screaming, ragey sort of sound comes out, and you enter this competition.
Is there a lot of people in here?
There's a decent amount. It's not entirely full. You would say, knowing how big the group was for the drawing, it's much smaller than that. You do see, though, there are folks who aren't in the bands, but just people who wanted to watch and see. There are some sort of right up in front of the crowd who are clearly here for the band that is playing. And this band, they're a younger group. Their brand of punk is leaning a lot into pop, which is generally not heard in these types of battle of the band situations. But to each their own, and clearly they have a following with folks just lined up there. But you're able to scope out some non-musicians in the crowd that you recognize from the scene.
Well, Adam's gonna take a second to watch Circus Asylum up on the stage for a moment. Really just kind of finds himself lost in the rhythm and then he catches back up to everybody else. And he's gonna kind of just follow in. He wants to see what's going on. He's scoping everything out. He's looking for any of those guys from that band.
Yeah.
Because they were very interested in us. So.
Yeah. So you look around. Why don't you roll for that for me?
Sure.
Yeah, we'll see. What
is that?
What
Guts or
what are we rolling?
I would say that you should roll. Guts. It's
okay.
A perceptive sort of thing.
9.
I rolled another natural 20. I don't see shit.
Oh no!
Someone from the band up there throws a guitar pick out to their adoring fans, and it sails past them and pokes you in the eye. So you definitely don't see anybody right now as you sort of work to make sure it's
take
still
it
in the
out,
socket.
wipe off some gelatine.
Yeah.
Offer it to one of the fans.
Sick. Adam, you are able to focus a little bit more and look around at the crowd, and you don't see anybody here who looks like any of those members of the band. You do, however, see one of your fans who is kind of standing to the side of the room texting. You know that this girl, her name is Kelly, and she has been a very enthusiastic supporter of your band for a while now, but she hasn't noticed that you've walked in.
I look to the others, and then I'm gonna say, "Look, Kelly's here! Awesome! She's like our number one fan. She's so cool."
She is definitely like our number one fan. Yeah.
Yeah. Fortunately, our number 2 fan as well.
That's true. Yeah, I
We
think
need
that's
more
true.
fans.
Nikki sort of looks at you all and says, didn't she try to like cut a lock of your hair? Like at one of those shows?
Yep, she did. That's very true.
Yeah.
She tried to do that.
I'm like so glad that you guys have fans, but I think she's sort of maybe taking it a bit far. I don't know.
think so. No. You gotta love the enthusiasm. When you're as big of a stars as we are, it's bound to have one or two. And she's not that bad, probably.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as she gotta snip my tail again. But other than that, everything's all right.
She doesn't look up from her phone yet, which makes sense. She would know exactly when you're supposed to go on, so Looks like she just sort of scoped out a spot in the crowd where she'll really be able to see you well.
How
And
long do we
then,
have until we go on?
so each group is just playing one song. Right now, up on the stage, there are two band's sets of instruments up there. So there's the set that is currently being played, and there's another set of instruments that are just left up there, presumably for the next incoming band. You know that there are, if this band is currently playing, there are about 3 more bands before you go on. Fortunately, you're supposed to be playing before that other polka band, whoever the hell they are. So maybe that'll mean good things for, having your sound out there before theirs. Hard to say. But yeah,
Maybe just
you've
wait
got a little bit of
outside for
time.
them.
For that other band?
I think Crush, I think you're getting a little bit excited, man. But I like that energy. That's really good.
Are you gonna?
They stole our sound, man.
Yeah, you just
They're
don't do that.
posers.
I mean, there's a musician code of honor. But
Exactly.
hey, Izzy, do you think the people from your work are going to come, like you said? Didn't you have a announcement in the break room the other day asking everybody to come see the show?
Yeah,
Do we have more
I did.
people? Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
I know that you didn't want me to send that out, and I'm not going to apologize for it. Your band is great, and people should come to see you.
Sure. I know that's what you think. And you keep doing things that I tell you not to.
I'm sorry, except I'm not sorry in this case. I usually am very sorry, but you're very good, and you deserve to share your skills with everyone. And she sort of glances over at Adam after she says that, and then looks away quickly.
Wow. Like you think? So you think we're pretty good? Huh?
Yeah. I mean, I've never heard music like yours before, so it's different, but I mean, you're all very talented. I mean, I did play one of your tapes for a friend, and they just didn't get it, like some people are just not into good music, and that's fine. She can listen to Ariana Grande or whatever. Although I also listen to Ariana Grande, she's kind of awesome. You have to admit, right?
Yeah, I love Ariana.
She's gonna be in that Wicked movie, and that's about Izzy's aunt, that witch.
Yep.
That's
It's a true
I
story.
didn't
People don't
realize.
realize that it's a true story.
Nikki is gonna kind of sort of awkwardly shy away from you a bit, Adam, and just says, I'm gonna go out and make sure that no one's messing with our stuff. So I'll see you guys out there, and she'll just sort of walk out.
Yeah, I mean that's cool. Yeah.
She's gone.
I pull the guitar back up and I kind of just walk away from the group, trying to strum it again. And they can tell it's getting a little bit better, but I'm still messing up that same part every time.
Just as you hit that note twice in a row and you start feeling really confident, a big werewolf dude just like comes up and he's like, "Hey man, stop playing your instrument. There's a band performing. Come on, show some
Sorry.
respect."
Yeah, it's not plugged in, so nobody's gonna
Yeah,
hear
but
it.
I heard it.
Sorry, man.
He sort of stalks off.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna go try to find the bathroom, so I
Yeah.
can practice in a stall or something.
Absolutely. Let's, you know what? Roll a d4 for me.
Okay, I gotta roll some-
Evens will mean a thing, odds will mean a thing, and I'll tell you.
Okay, it's a 1.
Okay, so you go into the bathroom, and you don't see anybody in there. It's quiet. There aren't enough people here yet to really sort of fill up the bathroom yet, but you are able to find your way into a stall, and you've got a moment to practice. And what is it exactly that you are working on right now?
I'm really just working specifically on the finger placement for that one specific chord. When we wrote the song, it was written in a way where it's not really a natural way you could position your hand. It's really weird. It's like you got to really super stretch your fingers to get to the notes placement on the strings. And I'm having a hard time placing it. My fingers are just always slightly off every time. So I'm just manually trying to practice that and trying to get that position right so that it lines up with the strumming.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so why don't you roll a nerve roll for me to see if you're able to get some good practice in here.
Okay, well, my nerve is an 8. I'm kind of a clumsy dude, but that's okay.
Yeah.
11, so no.
Okay, you know what? You work your way through it. You're able to get it a couple of times, but you sort of miss it a few others. And as you keep trying, you hear a toilet flush. And you hear, boots sort of walking over to the sink and the sink turning on. And you hear a voice just say, "Just keep practicing, man. You'll get there." And then you hear, the squeak of the door as they walk out.
Thanks.
What are the rest of you doing?
I think I'm pacing back and forth by the door, waiting for Pachinski.
Is there a list of bands so I can check the name of our rivals?
Yeah, you can take a look. So there is just a full set list. It doesn't have the names of the songs that were chosen yet. That wasn't relayed just yet, but you do see a list of names. Some again are familiar, some are new, and you're not quite sure who they would be. A lot of the names are somewhat similar, very dark and sort of twisted names. But why don't you...
We know when they're playing, so I should be able to check the slot.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you check and see, they're going to be playing after you. You see your band listed there, and the band beneath, it says, is Brought in Hell.
Oh. And what is the spelling on brought? I mean, we're talking the sausage, or are we talking it was brought to hell?
No, it's the sausage.
Amazing.
For sure.
Amazing.
This band clearly seemed to misunderstand the fact that polka music is it's Bohemian, okay? It's not Bavarian, and if they want to make that mistake, then that's on them. But they should
Typical
really
Germans stealing Slavic culture again.
I know. God.
Information all over the place, man. Not cool. Not cool.
You hear the sort of pop punk band finish their song, and their fans scream bloody murder, and it's a little bit grating. Izzy, it sort of it makes you think too much about how annoying you think Nikki is, because you would imagine that she would absolutely be screaming like that if met with her favorite band. Damn Nikki. But since they finished, you know that it'll be soon time to gather all of your gear and sort of mix it in the shuffle of the folks getting everything set for people. So you figure you should probably head back out and see if Nikki needs some help.
Yeah.
She is waiting out there, and is just sort of leaning up against the side of this truck, and she looks like she's very quietly berating herself, but she maintains her stance, with the van, and doesn't, she's just there doing her best.
So Adam will come out as well. But go ahead, Izzy.
You haven't started unloading it.
No, well, Adam said that you guys were going to help, so I just wanted to wait. And I didn't want to just have the back of the van open, and, because there's like bad blood. So I just didn't. We can start moving it now, though. Yes.
You can start moving it now, though. Yes. Uh-huh.
Definitely.
Mhm.
Definitely. And she like slides up the back of this this truck as you sort of all gather around. She picks up an amplifier that weighs probably more than she does. She's able to struggle and get it off the back of the van, or the back of the truck, when you hear the sort of squeaking of tires, and you see sort of down the alleyway where you had turned in to come in back here and park. You see the front of a truck with the light sort of blaring ahead, and they just kind of idle there for a moment and don't really do much, but they kind of draw your attention for a moment, until you hear someone say, "Oh my God, what are you? Go away!" And you see that Nikki is turned and facing the Gillman that you saw at the drawing, one of the members of Rotten Hell. And as you are sort of taking in the surroundings, you see him and you look around and you notice that other members of the band have also joined you all in the alley, and they don't look happy to see you.
Is the alley considered? Is the alley still considered to be off the kind of treaty area?
Yeah, so basically, as long as you don't destroy anyone's equipment, you are not safe until you're literally on stage. And some folks like to bend the rules a little bit and, even cause trouble then, but that's seen as, disrespectful. But the leader of this group, the demon, he hops up onto the front of the blue Reggie's bus, and he looks down at all of you and he's like, "So, are we gonna
shotgun him?"
Yeah. Why
Well, he's
don't
nicely
we...
placed himself at a nice meta position.
He absolutely has. I'm going to have all of you then roll initiative.
Oh, shoot.
Because that's happening. So what we'll do is you're all going to roll a nerve roll, and if you succeed, you will go before the enemy. If you fail, you're going to go after the enemy.
Okay.
So just let me know, how it looks for everybody, and we'll
fail.
go from there.
I rolled a natural one, so it's good because I
Great
had two natural
success.
20s in this.
Okay, so Crush. Did anyone else succeed?
I did.
Yeah, I did.
yes.
Okay, cool.
I got a 6.
Izzy and Darko. And then we'll have Brought in Hell. And then Adam will go next. Okay. So first up in a, fantastic show of the dice doing what they're supposed to do. Crush, you have a shotgun and you can take a shot at the lead singer of this band.
What's the roll for shotgun? Is it nerve?
So you are, yes. So for that, you'll roll a nerve roll and let me know if you succeed or.
I'm supposed to get a bonus because he's nicely highlight himself. And
Sure. Yeah. You know what? Roll with advantage on that and take whichever score is better.
I just rolled a 4 on my first roll, so yeah.
4 and 8.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is an arrogant son of a bitch standing up on this bus for so many reasons. Obviously, kind of like stealing your band's sound proves that point well enough, but just the way that he stands drives you crazy. And you don't hesitate at all to take out the shotgun and blast him. So I want you to roll your damage die as well, and let me know how bad you mess him up.
Is that the armed damage die, I guess?
Yeah.
4.
4. Okay. Yeah. So you take out the shotgun and you blast him. He sort of flies back into the windshield of this bus, and you hear a slight crack of that windshield, and he just sort of holds his gut and says, "Oh, you son of a bitch, let's go!" And the rest of his group all start to like move a step forward, knowing that it is on. And Izzy, you are now up.
Great. I am seeing this Gil man by my personal assistant, who I don't like very much, but I don't want anyone else to make her miserable. That is sort of my own personal vendetta against her. So one of my instruments along with the bass is I have this hi-hat, but instead of cymbals, there are circular saw blades that make up the cymbals. And
Incredible.
I have packed some new extra ones into my my leather jacket because I was going to switch them out right before the show. And so I'm going to whip one out and try to like chuck it at the Gil man.
Absolutely. Make a nerve roll for me. We'll see if you make contact.
My nerve score is 16. I rolled a 9.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're able to throw it right at him, and it slices into his arm. And you don't know what instrument he plays, but it's probably a bad thing to be sliced in your arm as a musician. It slices through pretty deftly, and roll some damage for me.
4 damage.
4, okay. Yeah, so he is going to take 4 damage, and he sort of takes a step back from Nikki and gives just a touch of space. It is... Oh, do you want to move at all? You wanna stay where you are?
No, I'm gonna stay there. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. All right, Darko.
Can
are
I
you
get
doing?
to that Gil man?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So movement in this game is designated by distances, and in combat, you're able to move up to 60 feet within your turn. And the size of this alley, you can pretty much get from end to end if you really wanted to. So yes, you can definitely make your way over to the Gil man.
Yeah, I'm gonna just get to that Gil man. Get between him and Nikki. I've been eyeing this guy all night. He's been a real irritant to us all night, so I'm getting up in there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, fish fry. Let's have some fun. And I just wanted to kind of just grab him
Yeah.
and toss him headfirst into the dumpster.
Absolutely.
WWE style, just ram him
Yeah.
right into the dumpster.
Make a muscle roll for me.
Let's see what we got. That's a 5 under 13. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So you pick him up, and the look in his eyes is just sheer surprise. He's a big dude, so he's not used to being manhandled like this. But yeah, you absolutely are able to pick him up and throw him into the dumpster. He sort of crashes in, and you see his form get slowly buried by some trash. But yeah, he's currently in the dumpster.
Or I don't want to put him in the dumpster. I just want him into it. You know, just use it.
Oh, against it. Yes, he says. Okay, then he's not in the dumpster. He has been slammed against it, and he still looks unhappy about that. So make a damage roll to see how badly it hurts him.
So with that, the damage roll, I think 1d8.
Yeah.
Armed. That's not a d8. That's a good damage though. So it's 2 pyramids ass empty. That's 4 damage.
Yeah. So that hurts. You see his arm has been thoroughly sliced and is bleeding from Izzy's saw blade. And as you send him back, you hear sort of a crack of his back as he like sort of flails backwards. He isn't looking great, but he's still up for now.
And
Yeah.
then I growl. I said, Nikki, you might wanna take a step back.
She absolutely does. She'll sort of skirt right around you and over to the other side of the car, sort of using it as some cover. She is immortal and is really only a part of this world because of Izzy. She's a very sensitive gal, so she's going to try to avoid partaking in any of this if possible. So next up in the order are the members of Broughton Hell. So we'll start with the Gill Man, who you don't know, but his name is Sal Hellbender, and he is going to look at you with a rage, Darko, and try to grab at you. You see, as his hands move towards you, they go from looking like humanoid hands to having these long, sharp claws on them, and as he goes to sort of grab you with those claws. So I'm going to need you to make a nerve roll to see if you're able to avoid getting grabbed by him.
11 under 13.
Yeah, so you see him coming, and you're able to sort of dodge it as he tries to grab you. From in the light, from in the light of the truck here, you see a young woman who has sort of like a purple tint to her skin, and you see what would be freckles, but they're really just sort of like bursts of like warm light, almost like fireflies that sort of move across her face. She's sort of emanating a bit of a purpley glow, and she is going to pull out a tire iron from behind her, and she's going to run over to the closest person, which happens to be Adam, and is going to try to smack you with the tire iron. So make a nerve roll and see if you're able to dodge that.
Nerve roll, great. Yeah, I'm great at nerve rolls.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's a fail. That's a 15 over my 8.
Okay, yeah. So she, you're worried. Okay, you saw that Nikki's in the middle of this. You know, Izzy and Darko were able to mess with the guy who's been messing with her, but you weren't really paying attention, so it kind of catches you by surprise when she shows up swinging, and you're going to take 7 points of damage as you get smacked with this tire iron.
All right. Well, I do have dense flesh because of being created, so I have an armor point of 1, so that negates 1.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, so you'll subtract 1 from that. That's great. And she's just gonna kind of snarl at you not saying anything. From atop the bus, you see this bleeding demon who has been shot in the gut by Nanad. And he, from behind, pulls out a crossbow, and he is going to shoot out over at you, Nanad, as you shot him. So make a nerve roll to dodge.
Oh man.
Taking things so personally. We should get a different 4 under 8 again, so I managed to leap out of the way.
Yeah, so he goes to shoot you, and you dodge right out of the way. He looks really frustrated. He wanted to, kind of go tit for tat with you there. But from behind, a little further away, you see that sort of figure that fades in and out of view, this incorporeal form, who looks like a sweet lady, but as she runs towards you, Nanad, screaming, just bloody murder with a spiked bat, she is going to try to hurt you. So make another nerve roll.
Can I make a muscle roll to parry with my chainsaw?
Hell yeah, go for it.
14 and a 16.
Yeah, so she comes at you, and right before she's able to make contact with you, you're able to rev up your chainsaw and sort of bring it up. It cuts the bat in half, so she's left holding half of a bat, no spikes. It's a clean cut across, so it's not even sharpened in any way. And she just sort of looks at you in surprise. So that's all of their turn. We're going to hop over to our friend Adam, who just got smacked.
All right, so in this moment, everything's getting crazy, it's starting to get hectic, and I remember my purpose, why Dr. Van Gogh created me. I was made to protect. So I reach inside my vest that I have on, and I pull out this claw hammer that you would typically use for mining, a pick hammer kind of thing. And I'm like, I'll protect you, Nikki. I'll protect you all. And then I'm going to actually punch out of the air, and my left hand, I want to fling it towards the guy, the leader guy, because one of my edges is I can gestalt myself. I can separate myself, and I can control different parts of my body when they're separated from me. So I'm going to try to throw my hand towards him, and then ready the pick to fight the lady in front of me.
Absolutely. Yeah, roll for it.
Cool. Muscle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're really chucking this weapon a distance, so yeah, go ahead and make a muscle roll.
Might I perhaps make an argument for my Olympiad edge, which is my other edge, because I'm created, that lets me have advantage on rolls to break, bend, lift, move, or throw items.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Now we're cooking. So, 2 dice to try to roll below a 16. One was a 14, the other one's a 5. So yeah, we're well below.
Hell yeah. So
cool.
you take this pickaxe and you just chuck it. Now, your arm detaches with it?
Yeah, from the elbow down, my left arm just breaks off and goes flying towards him.
Yeah, absolutely. It goes just spinning towards him, and it catches him in the chest, just inches above where he had been hit with the shotgun blast. And he, again, flies back into the windshield of this bus, which cracks even further, and now you're able to see the spidering of the cracks behind him on the glass. You have a moment of thinking, shit, they're going to be so mad. But that goes away really quickly. Roll some damage for me.
Right on. That's armed?
Yeah.
Well, kind of armed. Unarmed. Disarmed. I don't know how.
Oh, boy.
So that's 5.
5. Yeah, absolutely. So he looks pretty hurt. You see he coughs a bit, and there's a spatter of blood that trails down. And because you have sort of invoked your abilities to protect and to really be there for your group, I'm going to give you a humanity point.
Oh, cool.
That you can use for a few different things later on if you so choose. But it just as a display of your kindness and bravery in this moment.
Awesome.
Yeah, and with that, did you want to move at all from where you are?
No, I'm just going to turn my attention to the lady in front of me, and I'm just
Yeah.
going to...
Awesome. Yeah, we're back up to the top with Crush.
Okay, can I? So this ghost can actually try and chainsaw her.
Absolutely. Yeah, she shifts in and out of form, but you're pretty sure you can get her with that.
10 under 16. So.
Yeah, so you definitely chainsaw her. Roll some damage for me. 2. Okay, so you come down. You are able to make some contact. She does shift a bit as you get her. So one of her armor points comes from being able to shift in and out of form. So we're going to reduce that damage to 1. So she will take 1 point of damage though. And
It's just the ectoplasm leaking off.
yeah, you see, like it's really strange. It's sort of like almost like there's a tear in paper. There's no blood or anything like that, but you do see some form of damage on her. But yeah, she's gonna take a point of damage. Would you like to move anywhere or do anything else?
I think I'm fine with her.
Okay, yeah. Down to Izzy.
Great. I am going to. I had 2 of those saw blades, so I'm going to take the second one and just try to whip it at this woman in front of me.
Yeah, totally. Go for it.
Sorry to do this, but I have to. Oh, back now?
That's a nerve roll.
Yeah.
All right, that's a 4 under my 16.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're not far from her, but you're not close enough to take any disadvantage on this chuck. So you're definitely able to go. Give me some damage.
6.
Okay. Yeah. You are able to catch her just sort of along the neck a little bit, and for a mortal, that would hit an artery and that would be it. You see though, as you cut through her neck, it does open up. She does scream, but when it opens up, you see sort of this light glowing from within her, and it is it's like sort of like a sunlight color, and she just stumbles a bit and grasps her neck. You have hurt her. Do you want to do any movement on your turn?
Yes, I am gonna just kind of hop over her this way and pick up my saw blade as I go by.
Absolutely, you can do that. Okay, Darko, Wolfman, what do you got going on?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna keep kicking this guy's ass.
Yeah.
So I'm
Good, as you should.
So after I dodged his last attempts to attack, I reach into my pockets, put on some brass knuckles, and says, "All right, come on."
Yeah, go for it. Hit him.
And muscle, right? That's a 9 under 13.
Yeah, you hit him. Roll some damage.
D8 as well. That's 7 points.
Yeah, so you with your brass knuckles on, you are able to just get him once in the jaw, and you come in with the other hand and you actually punch him in the neck where his gills are, and he sort of gasps and doubles over a bit, very hurt from all of this that you've done to him. He sort of looks up at you though and goes, "Fuck, man, that was good." And do you want to do anything else then on your turn?
If he's still getting up, not right now. Nah, not right now. I'm gonna just stay over here, just beating his ass.
Perfect. Love to see it. Now it is their turn. So once again, we're going to start with this Gillman, Sal Hellbender, and see what he can do. He moves from his position, doubled over, and he's going to take another couple swipes at you with his clawed hands. So make a nerve roll for me and see if you can dodge it.
That's a 4 under 13.
Yeah, so you are able to dodge it. He slides over and sort of moves away from where he's been pressed up against the dumpster there, just to give himself a little bit more space, hoping that that'll be the thing that allows him to maybe make some purchase next time. Then we are going to have our.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. Welcome back. We just saw Darko kick some ass, so
Good.
perfect. Izzy, you had just sent a slicing saw blade past this young fairy woman, and so she turns to you, and she is going to take her tire iron and try to make a swipe against you.
I rolled a 5 under my 16 for nerve.
Yeah, so you're able to dodge it, and she rages from within. You see these like firefly freckles glow red instead of this sunlight yellow color, and she looks at you dead in the eye, and she is going to try and charm you, which is one of her edges, one of her abilities. And so I want you make a blood roll for me, which deals with charm and influence.
13 under my 14.
Excellent. So she looks at you, and you feel this touch in your mind that would force you to do things, but you know that you can do that too. So you're able to sort of shake it off before she's able to actually do anything to you. Then we see our
I'm going to blow her a
friend.
kiss as she realizes that it didn't work.
That is delightful. I love it. She hates it. So our ghost friend, who is standing in front of Crush, is going to take what is left of her bat, and she is going to try to sort of like backhand you with it, Crush. So see if you can dodge out of the way.
I'm going to try to parry again.
Yeah.
10 under 16 again.
Yeah, so you're able to you go in, she goes in to swipe at you, and as she does, you cut down the bat. It looks like you have also sort of grazed her fingers a bit. You see sort of that tear, but she seems to shrug that off and look at the handle of this bat in her hand, and she just sort of throws it to the ground. She is going to then slide her way over here to take some cover behind the cars. And also working with some cars here, we have our demon friend who is going to hop down, leaving a puddle of blood on the hood of this bus, and is going to run over to you, Izzy. You see that he has his crossbow, but he also pulls out a pretty big hunting knife, and he's going to try to stab you with that. So see if you can dodge out of the way.
12 under my 16.
Yeah, so he runs towards you, and he looks furious and menacing, but as he goes to stab you, he sort of stumbles a bit from pain and blood loss, and nothing happens. And he looks at you, and he just sort of snarls and said, "We're a better band than you," and that'll end his turn, and we'll jump back over to Adam.
So not cool for him to say that. My hand is still over by the truck.
Yeah.
How are we adjudicating the fact that I broke off my arm? Is it I choose which side to control? I control them both? How are we gonna, just for action economy, I guess you could say?
You can control both. Yeah. They're still part of you, so use them as you will.
Okay. Well, the arm is going to try to move closer to him. Just it's swinging that pick thing
Yeah.
as it's just moving closer. It's not going to get
Absolutely.
very far. I'm assuming it's an arm kind of plopping itself along the ground.
I mean, you could get up to the demon if you wanted to without.
Oh,
a
okay,
problem.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that arm will come in right behind him and swing. I'm going to use muscle. Well, not really. It's not really connected to me. I'm going to do. Can I make an argument for my guts because I'm kind of controlling it from afar? It's not physically attached to me. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
It's lower than my muscles, so I'm kind of giving myself a little penalty here, I guess. So I got to roll below 13.
Mhm.
Oh, an 18's not going to do it. So it's swinging away. It's not getting at him.
Yeah, it doesn't quite have the leverage needed to attack when it's not on the rest of your arm.
Okay.
Yeah, what does the rest of you do?
All right, and so then my actual body, I'm going to actually reach out and try to grab that lady in front of me and try to spin her around. If I get a hold of her,
Yeah.
I'll spin her around and I'll yell out for Crush to take her out. I'll try to kind of hold her there so he can.
Hell
Take her
yeah.
out.
Actually, like,
chainsaw.
go forward, like, toss her, and then, like, I'll catch her in case.
That could work too, yeah.
make a roll to see if you can successfully grapple her.
Okay, I'll roll muscle on this. I got to
Yeah.
roll 16, which I do with a 7.
Yeah, absolutely. Even missing part of one of your arms, you are still able to. She's small and you're a pretty big guy, so you're able to grab her and hold her for Crush's turn, which is now. What would you like to do with
Okay.
this like wonderfully presented
Well, since
enemy?
he's... I have to go with my chainsaw, so I'm just going to
Yeah.
do what I do best. I assume I have
Yes.
advantage because he's grappled.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is good because I just rolled 19. I managed to miss.
Oh no!
19 and
That's-
18.
That's okay.
My-
As you start to slide your chainsaw through the air, you realize that you see exactly where Adam's arms are, and since he's already missing part of one, you hesitate just enough to miss because you're trying to avoid hitting your friend. You know that he needs all of his parts for his solo, so it's a kindness.
And I think
really.
Adam is glad that I didn't roll a 20.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, do you want to move at all or stick where you are?
Now I'm going to actually, like, move away from this and let's see who's
Yeah.
I'm here. So I'm just going to try and actually leap onto the car. Have
Yeah.
a better vantage point to my new friend.
Absolutely. Perfect. All right, we're back over to Izzy.
All right. I think I'm gonna try and target the ghost.
Nice.
And along with my saw blades, I also have 2 knives, and
Yeah.
the handles look like vampire killing stakes. And I really revel in the irony of using vampire stakes to try and kill other
Hell
people.
yeah. Yeah, attack.
So I'm gonna whip one of those at her.
Yeah.
Ooh, I rolled a natural 1.
Amazing. Okay, so roll for damage and then we'll double the amount.
Great.
And I'm sorry,
Uh,
did you roll for the ghost lady or the fairy girl?
For the ghost.
Ghost. Okay, perfect.
Yep, so I rolled a 3, so 6 damage.
All right, it's going to be reduced to 5 because she's able to shift in and out, but you're still able to get her. She is not under cover from where you are, your vantage point, so she doesn't have any, you don't have any bane on your roll for that. So she'll take 5 points of damage, and she is sort of losing her luster a little bit. You see her fading a little bit more. Yeah, she doesn't look great. Do you want to stay where you are? Do you want to do any movement?
I'm gonna move.
Sure.
Are these all buildings?
Yeah. hmm There's
Can I-
along the top are kind of like warehouse buildings. Sort of where the fairy girl is standing is the back of the venue.
Can I like spider climb up and land on a roof?
Yes, you can, and in fact you must.
Okay.
yeah, roll some nerve for me, I guess, to see if you can scramble your way up there.
That is a 9 under my 16.
Yeah, you can definitely do it. The wall is pretty flush. It doesn't have natural handholds, but you have skills, and so you're able to make your way up there. And I absolutely love that. Okay. Yeah. Anything else on your turn?
Nope.
Okay. Darko,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Let's put this guy down. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's go. That's a 10 under 13.
Yeah. Are you? How are you? Just punching him?
Yeah. Yeah. Just,
Yeah?
This
Sick.
fisticuffs. I'm just putting it on. Just laying into him.
Absolutely. He is your personal punching bag. And how much damage do you do?
I do 4 damage.
Yeah. You're able though to get him just sort of right in a sweet spot in his gut. You feel the crack of a rib underneath, your brass knuckle, and he doubles over, spits up some blood, and looks to you. And I'm going to have him actually roll a splatter roll, which will determine how he reacts to going down past his 0 hit points. So let's see. He rolled a 1. So that means splatter section. Splatter's really cool because you get down to 0 hit points, and there is a chart of different effects that it has for you. So depending on what you roll, it has different effects. And I rolled a 1 for him, so he is knocked out cold. He doubles over, he slumps to the ground like a sack of potatoes, and just lays at your feet.
So yeah, just punch him, put him down. I said, float like a flying fish, sting like a jelly. And then is the ferry considered close?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so one of my special features, brutal.
Yeah.
When after reducing the enemy to 0 HP with a melee attack, I may make an immediate free melee attack against a close enemy.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah, go for it. You're able
Knock-
to spend some movement to get right up to her.
Knock this guy out, and just a big wolf leap, come down
yeah.
with a 2-hand crush to the ferry.
Yeah.
And that is a 8 under my 13.
Yeah, you hit her. What's the damage looking like?
3.
3. Okay, yeah. You come down and absolutely smack her. You see the brass knuckles sort of slice into her skin, and again, this sort of sunlight pours out like blood. And she, again, sort of stumbles back a little bit. She looks not so great, but she is going to, now that it is her turn, she sort of stumbles. She looks around and sees that she is surrounded by all of you. And you see her reach into her front pocket, and she pulls out a grenade.
Oh, God.
She pulls the pin and holds it in her hand and lets it go.
Oh,
so
no.
I'm gonna need, let's see.
Oh, no.
Yeah, everyone but Izzy needs to make a nerve roll for me to see if you're able to dodge out of this. And because this is a grenade, you all have to roll at disadvantage.
That is unhinged.
Anything goes.
I just rolled a 20 on my first die, so I leap onto the grenade, saving everyone.
Oh, no.
That is
Absolutely. Okay.
I forgot. Low, I had a moment. I forgot low was good. I rolled a 2.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to freak out. But it's disadvantage. I got a 4,
Yeah.
which
I
is still
jump
below
on
my
the
8.
grenade with
Oh no, you failed.
20. I got a natural.
Oh,
20.
Also,
no.
the same boat was a
Come on out with the blaze!
I leaped
Okay.
onto the grenade.
All right, so I'm gonna roll for damage, which is
Well, this is called death
doubled.
check, so
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Way to go, death check. So that is going to be 7 points doubled to 14. Make sure to subtract any of your armor there. But she lets this grenade absolutely explode. She also takes damage, and because she was already fucked up by you guys, she is going to have to roll on the splatter chart. She rolled a 2, which means she is concussed. So the explosion clearly rattled her brain. Because she is a fairy, there's no actual fire damage to her, but she does sort of stumble back and fall to the ground.
Is this considered
Concussed.
fire damage, by the way?
I have a question about that as well.
Yes, it is fire damage.
Oh,
as a
that's just
grenade.
that gets even better because I get an extra die of damage from it.
Yes. I have a question.
Okay.
And maybe you said, when I passed my roll, do I still take any damage, or?
No, you don't take any damage. You're
Okay.
able to sort of dodge back enough.
Because I also have
presume-
fire vulnerability, so I also take extra dive damage from fire attacks. So that's why I'm checking.
I'll give you and Crush this one extra damage die, and,
Okay.
and you can both take that. It's just going to be 3 points of
3,
damage.
Okay, that's fine.
More for you.
Now
Crush,
the
than
question
that.
is, can I heal before I have to make my splatter roll?
No, you cannot, as it's your turn. But yeah, go ahead, roll a d8 for me, and let me know where we get with that. All right.
Okay.
And thanks to Guild Superior for raiding us here. Welcome to everybody coming over after their Greyhawk game. Good to
Yeah,
have
welcome,
you.
friends.
We're fighting
Welcome to
in an
chaos.
alley right now. Yeah.
I just rolled 4 on my splatter roll, so
A 4. Okay, so you are rattled, which means that your brains, guts, and blood are temporarily decreased by 2.
Oh,
So
shit.
you can make note of that for future rolls for the night.
brains got
You
some-
are
okay.
you're brought down to 0 hit points.
Well, -5 to be precise, but yeah.
That's okay. Yeah. So it just counts as a straight 0. You're rattled. You can't take an action until you are healed some. But it looks like your other comrades are still up, so there's hope for you yet. So that was the fairy's turn. Our poor Gillman friend Sal Hellbender is currently out cold. No one has been able to go help him, so he's just toast. And then our ghost with the most is without a bat, but she is able to reach the car that she's kind of sort of hiding behind. She reaches and grabs the side mirror and tears it off. And as she tears it, she's going to go and try to backhand you with it and see if we can make any damage to you, Crush.
Okay, more damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see if I can. I'm free, so I do manage to draw down to
Yeah,
despite my.
perfect. That's great, because it would be not great if she was able to get you, but she just misses. It's kind of unwieldy throwing a mirror, but yeah. And then our demon friend, who is being pursued by a pickaxe on a arm
This body
attached to
arm.
nothing. Yeah. He's gonna come forward and try to attack you, Adam, and see if he can slice you with his big hunting knife that he's got. So
All right.
roll some nerve for me.
Oh, great. Nerve's my favorite. Trying to roll below 8. Natural 20. Yes!
Oh no.
Okay. So,
Woo!
so let's roll some damage for you.
Cool.
So that is 6 times 2, which is 12 points of
Oh,
damage
no.
against
Okay.
you.
Okay.
Um,
Reduced by 1 because of my armor. Okay.
Are you still standing?
I'm up, yeah.
Okay,
It
perfect.
really hurt, but yeah.
Okay, good. I was going to say, with your humanity points, one of the effects that you're able to choose is that you can avoid or cheat death. So, if it were to come to that, you do have a point built up from your heroic deed to hopefully avoid something like that. So, the rest of this band is looking terrible. The leader, having done very little in way of damage to all of you and clearly bleeding out, just sort of looks to the rest of his group and says, "They're not worth it. Polka sucks," and sort of stumbles backward a bit. The rest of his group sort of looking around frantically, like they're not wanting to be here any longer. They've lost all of their moxie, and and just sort of give you all frightened looks. We're back up though to the top with Crush.
Can I?
So you're-
First of all,
Oh, do I go?
can I use my
Oh, yes, I'm
unstoppable
sorry,
power
Adam.
to regain? Oh, Adam, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Adam.
Oh, okay. So as he says that, all the
Just a
calm
polka sucks.
washes out, and there's like a rage in my eyes, and my clay form starts to get a little bit bigger, beefier, kind of stretching my clothes a little bit. Polka never sucks. And I'm gonna grab a hold of that fairy girl, the banshee,
Yeah.
whatever she is. I want to pick her up off the ground and just full on powerball her right into this dude's back.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Roll some muscle for me.
Yeah, roll a muscle.
Is
With my
sick as
Olympiad, I'm
shit.
gonna get advantage to roll that,
Yeah.
because I am good at rolling to throw, break, bend, destroy things. That's
yeah.
a 3. So yeah, just
Absolutely. So you pick up this absolutely concussed, dazed fairy girl and throw her at the demon lead singer of Rotten Hell, and he absolutely gets hit. Why don't you roll some damage for me?
cool. Right, I'm gonna roll. Is that armed or unarmed? Do we think?
Well, you're using a weapon.
Yeah, she's a
Projectile.
weapon. I would say it's
Okay.
armed.
Armed. Okay.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah. Okay. So he buckles under the weight of his trombone player as she just gets flown into him. She hits him in all of the wrong spots, which are frankly all of the spots because he's absolutely on death's door, if you can be as a demon. And he sort of stumbles back and falls. And he looks at you and he just shakes his head and he passes out. And the remaining ghost girl looks around and disappears. And then you see her reappear in front of the bus, and she disappears, and you see her reappear further down the bus, and that keeps happening. She keeps glitching out of view until she is down the alley and gone, leaving the remaining members of the band completely unconscious in the alley. And Nikki pops out from behind her her spot in the front of the van and just says, "Is it over?"
No.
Really quick after the explosion, So I have a drawback. Is it a drawback or drawback lunacy? And I get excited or angered. You got to make a good save. If I fail, I shift. So I'm just gonna make that rule real quick.
Absolutely, yeah.
I thought you were shifted already. You're not shifted already. Love it.
Okay, saved it. That's fine.
Awesome. So you remain in your wolf form?
Yeah, because I was gonna I was gonna shift to Darko.
Oh.
It'd have been a whole thing if I failed.
Yeah.
Can I regain some health, because I do have a thing whereby I can regain health in combat.
Yes.
Okay,
absolutely.
I just kind of collect some of my bits which have been blown up by the grenade.
Slap them back on. Yeah. Velcro them to yourself.
Lungs go here, sliver.
Yeah, you all look around. You can't see Izzy. She's not in sight right now. But the rest of you are here.
Yeah, I'm here, and I just sort of like swoop down.
Oh my gosh. Miss Solaire, you're okay. I didn't know where you went. You're so fast. Are you all right?
Yeah. I think I'm better than everyone else. I managed to climb out of the way before that grenade went off.
Of course you did.
Lucky
That was insane.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And I don't mean to alarm any of you, but it's time to go on. So we really need to move our shit and get that set up. And she's gonna go back again and grab the 50-pound amplifier that she had left before this all started, and she's gonna start just trying to like lug it into the venue.
My detached arm inchworms the rest of the way back over to me, and I bend down and I jam it into my shirt, and there's a sound as I reconnect it. And then I'm going to run over, and I grab out 2 other amps that are the exact same size, one in each hand, just sling them over my shoulder, and I start running in to try to go help set up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I also run in and pick up some of the other equipment.
Perfect. Yeah, there are parts of the drums. There are all of the tech equipment that needs to go in there. But you're all able to get that together and bring it in. Setup is pretty standard. You are very much accustomed to doing this on the fly. A lot of the venues that you play at don't really give you a sound check or anything like that. So this is not unfamiliar to you. But as you're setting everything up, you realize there's not a drummer for this drum set that you're putting together. And oh shit, where is Vichensky?
Oh shit, it was Patches.
Oh, he didn't make it.
Does anybody have his number?
Yeah, you guys have his phone number. You can call him.
Call him.
Yeah.
Izzy, call him. Find out where he's at.
Nikki, where the hell is Kaczynski?
I'm sorry. Oh, okay. She'll pick up her phone and dial him, and just say she'll wait for a second. It'll ring a few times, and then she starts to say, "Oh my gosh. Okay. It's almost time to go on. Where are you?" And you don't hear anything. She says, "Okay. Well, drive faster. I know the car's fucked, but just hurry up. If you don't hurry, I'm going to go on and I'm going to play." And then she hangs up on him. And she looks at you.
Let's not get crazy.
Actually, she might have to. Yeah, if he doesn't get it.
Literally anyone else.
I will do what I
anyone
have to do.
else.
You could play?
Are they the people we beat up a drummer? These pair drummers in Italy.
Yeah, the
nobody's
ghost
using it.
lady, the only remaining conscious member of that band, just blipped away. But at the moment, Nikki just sort of sits in the drummer's seat, holds up sticks, just sort of looking at them, tries to spin one in her hand, and it falls and hits the cymbal and hits the drum, and she scrambles to pick it up, and she just sits and waits. And as you all sort of set up your equipment and you get ready, mentally preparing yourself for whatever's going to happen here, I want one of you, probably Izzy, to roll any dice you want for me. If you roll an even number, then Pachinski will return. He'll make it on time. He'll be able to play with you. In which case, all of your rolls for performance will be normal. If you roll an even, then Nikki's going to play, and there will be just one Bane, so a disadvantage roll when you're making your performance checks. No pressure.
All right, here we go. 18.
Okay. So the stage crew sort of looks to you and says, "All right, you ready to go? It's on." And just sort of waits.
Just
for your
now, just now.
Uh,
If
guess.
Great.
you fuck this up for us, I will make your life so miserable.
I'm gonna do everything I can.
Yep.
To
I
make
promise
this
I'm gonna
work.
nail that solo, Izzy. I'm gonna do it.
You've got this. I believe in you, Adam.
Yeah, you're gonna be great. I will do what I can, but you're really gonna be great. And the crowd has built up a lot since
No.
you've been in here before. A few other bands had played since the one that you saw, and there seems to be a good group of folks. You recognize a couple of the other bands that have already performed that you saw on Lower Whacker when you were doing the drawing, and more fans. You do see right dead center is Kelly, your number one fan. She's holding up a handmade sign that says "Polka is life," and she is just ready and raring to go. So the crowd sort of, hushes a little bit. The lights end up flicking on. You get a cheer from the group, and you begin to play your song. Now, I want everyone to make a roll. Tell me what it is that you're doing to perform at your best, and we'll see if you succeed or fail. And depending on how many successes you get, we'll see how well you do overall in the show. Now, I'll roll for Nikki, and I'll roll with disadvantage because she's Nikki. But everyone else, let me know what you're going to roll for your performance. We'll start with the cool dude, Wolf, and see what's going on.
So I guess I'm the front man, as was said.
Yeah.
So I saddle up to the front,
Mhm.
just look back, make sure everyone's ready, and the signature pose to kick it off that everyone should know. Hopefully, Nikki recognizes it. There's a drummer who does the count off.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. Yeah.
Spin the do that little guitar spin with the accordion.
Yes. Excellent.
Do the spin and then strike the pose, and that's how we begin. Fall to pieces.
Perfect. Yeah. Excellent. Okay. So you do the move, and make a roll for me, whichever stat you think best suits what you're doing.
I guess I'm gonna go with nerve.
Yeah.
This, it's
Absolutely. The dexterity of spinning your accordion, and fantastic. Yeah, let me know what you get.
11 under 13.
Yeah, that's a success. That's great. You make it look really cool. And it's typically people who play the accordion only
look.
look so cool. So you're knocking it out of the park. Crush, you are up there with your fantastic saw and
Grindgold Grinder. It's
covered in blood from the fight.
it was perfect.
How are you going to perform tonight? What are you doing? What are you accessing?
Well, I
What skill
have
you
a
can
couple
roll?
of pieces of sheet metal next to me,
Yeah.
and I use like the angle grinder and the chainsaw and a couple other things which kind of effectively make a reverberation of them
Yeah.
for a rather interesting sound. The
Amazing.
reason that any of the others can be heard is because they have amplifiers and I don't.
Perfect. Yeah.
So I'm not sure what this would be.
Um,
Blood or muscle?
Whatever you think is most appropriate. The blood rolls would be like a charm or an influence, and nerve is the
blood.
agility, swiftness.
I think it's really nerve. I would say. Yeah, let's go for nerve. Also, my nerve is 8, so.
Yeah.
And they're all 19, so that
Okay.
Does not
That's
go
all right. There's still one success on the board. We're going to go to Izzy now.
Great. I made sure to turn my amp up to 11.
Yeah.
Someone's got to do it.
Yep. And just rocking away on the bass. I have a pedal that runs the hi-hat. I might have kind of splashed a little more blood on the saw blades before putting it together to make it look extra, gnarly.
And it does.
Yeah. And so I'm going to make a blood roll.
Amazing. Go for it.
2 under 14.
Yes.
Absolutely. The extra blood just makes everything that much cooler. It energizes you, it energizes the crowd, and you perform better tonight than you have in a while. It feels good. Now, we do have a band member who has been working very, very hard for this night. Adam, what are you doing?
All right. Well, as the song has been building, I've been building the guitar. I've been working on the solo is coming closer and closer. My fingers are flying. You can see there's little bits of clay getting shaved off by the strings. I'm really into it. There's a little bit of electrical static in the air as I'm playing. And as I play and I'm getting closer and closer to that moment, it hits me all of a sudden why I can't reach that note and how I could try to reach the note if I think about this a little bit differently. So I run up to the front of the stage where there's one of our amps set up, and I'm going to plop down on it. And as I'm playing, I'm going to take my one foot and put it on top of my other foot, and I'm going to rip my foot off. And then I'm going to kick my foot up so my foot lands, and my toes are going to start hitting the strings as well as my fingers. So I'm able to get that far reach of everything. And it's just shredding. The music is just destroying everything.
I'm gonna let you roll with advantage because that's
Yeah.
crazy.
All right.
Amazing.
Just drop back and it's just all keys.
Yeah.
Accompany the solo.
All right, I'd
low,
like
just low.
to roll flesh if I could, because I'm like warping my body and using my
Yeah.
body differently.
Amazing.
Okay,
Go for
I
it.
did roll below 17 then.
Mhm.
All right, here we go with advantage. Oh yeah. One was a 17. The other one is a 5.
Absolutely. Adam, you've been so nervous for this. You've been practicing. It's been rocky, but you're able to figure out something that you can do that not many others can, and you use it to your advantage, and you're able to just nail this solo. And as you begin to nail it, your confidence grows. You're playing even better. It's never sounded this good, and you feel like this is the sound, man. This is everything that you've been trying to convey with your music. Death Check is sounding incredible tonight, and we'll see if that remains true.
But yeah.
Nikki is playing the drums, as you all know, and she is trying her darndest. I'm going to have her I'm gonna have her roll a nerve roll to see if she's able to deftly handle what's going on here. Now, I do have to roll at disadvantage because she's Nikki, but we'll see what we get here. Okay, well, I rolled a 1 and I rolled a 5. So, surprising everyone, Nikki plays pretty well. She's no Pachinski, but she's not fucking it up. Izzy, as you hear her just like laying down the beat for this song, you did not expect this to be happening from someone that you've deemed to be completely inept, but she's showing up. She's here for you. With, let's see, we only had 1 failure, it looks like. So you play essentially the single-songed show of your band's career thus far. As you finish the final notes of Fall to Pieces, the crowd just goes bananas. You see Kelly in the center just weeping. She is so excited, and you are just overjoyed. You're able to walk off the stage, remove your gear, and wait in the wings as the MCs call up the next band, who failed to show up because they're all passed out in the alley back there. So the next band goes on. You listen to the 2 final bands, and they're playing pretty well, but you don't give a shit because you just played the best you've ever played. And the end of the show comes, and you see Jammer, the previous year's winner, come up to announce the winner. And he looks out with pretty remarkable pride at the whole group of performers, and he sort of waits until everyone's hushed, and you feel some anticipation building as you wait to find out whether or not you're going to win this thing. I mean, frankly, you didn't believe you could really do it from the get-go, but now, I mean, hard to say. This is pretty good. So Jammer pulls out an envelope that has the ruling of the judges of this Battle of the Bands. He stands up there and looks out to you all, and he takes a moment for himself, really. And finally someone from the crowd says, "Come on, man! Just get with it! Who won?" And he pulls out the paper and looks around, and he says, "And the winner of this year's Battle of the Bands competition is Hope's Respite." And you see some other band that, you know, had played earlier in the night come up, and they are just over the moon and excited, and there is a touch of disappointment, but you know that what Jammer said was true. This is more than just a single show. It's about being kindred. It's about living in this city with these people. But it doesn't matter. You all still win a cash prize, which is great. It's not the biggest, but you know, you placed well enough where you were able to make some money off of it, and you kind of take a moment to watch, and Nikki comes by and says, "Guys, I'm so sorry we didn't win. I think I might have messed up, and
It was definitely all your fault.
but you were all so fantastic, and Adam, you played the solo. You did it.
Hey, listen. And Adam's going to step forward. He's going to reach down. He's actually going to take a hold of her hands. He's going to say, lightning was striking tonight. You're amazing. You should know that.
Ah,
She kisses you.
Oh, yeah.
She's as surprised as you are, really. It just happens. But she jumps you and gives you a good old kiss. And the
polka,
rest of your
baby.
band watches on. You see Pajinski actually shows up at this point, just in time to witness the magic. And he sort of gives a chuckle along with the rest of the group, and just, is that actually happening?
yeah, you see it here, right? French hours.
Yeah.
It's happening.
I missed so much.
Yeah.
You guys were
Yeah.
Yes, we
awesome.
did.
I'm so sorry. I'll make it up to you. I promise. I'll buy all the tater tots for the next year.
That's great for the people that can eat tater tots.
You're
I
right.
can't eat tater tots.
I will help you with your blood drive idea.
Great.
I think it's a great way to, meet your needs. I don't know. We'll make it happen. And you are able to stand and enjoy the fanfare. You get to mingle with some of the other bands that performed. For as much fighting as there was, and a lot of the shit talking, as of now, everybody seems just really happy to have performed here. And you might not have been the victors of this Battle of the Band, but you definitely laid your hearts out on the stage, and nothing can take that away from you. So I guess raise a glass to our Doom Polka Band with just a spinning accordion. We've got a chainsaw. We have a shredding guitarist, 2 drummers, possibly. We have some saw blades and some bass and just the best sound. And Death Check is definitely in next year's competition. So, a lot to prepare for.
That's it.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's game of Nightcrawlers. A great success for Death Check, managing to really maintain their status as the only Doom Polka band in Chicago. And hopefully it will remain the same. You don't really think that Rotten Hell is going to be coming back next year. But I'm so glad that we were able to have some fun with this tonight. Why don't we go around and remind everybody who we are, and let them know where they can find you for future stuff. Let's start again with Deb.
Hello, I'm Deb. I played Izzy, and you can find me on Instagram at dsweats. This has been so fun. Thanks so much, Beth, for letting me hang out at this table, and what a great game.
Glad to have you. Glad that we got both Izzy and Nikki out of your character creation. That
Yes.
was a lot of fun. It's a 2-for-1 deal. It's fantastic. How about you, Nanad, our crush,
Yeah,
our
I'm Nanad.
most chaotic, cop car stealing
Love
maniac?
it. Love it.
Well, I'm Nanad. Yeah, you can find me on the internet on either Dice.camp or Twitter, well, under Nanad, and other places as well, but I hardly have wisdom. Yeah, that's it, really. This is really great fun. I had a totally great time.
Good. I'm so glad. Yeah. You definitely helped to set the tone for a lot of what happened, and I'm so glad.
Good.
Fantastic. All right, well, Sid, what about you? How's Darko doing?
Man, Darko is doing amazing. We didn't win, but we got up there, showed the city, showed the world, showed the city how great Doom Polka is, and Adam hit the solo.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're flying higher now.
That's it.
You can find me on social media at _SundanceSid. I'm here on this channel sometimes. I'm just by everywhere. And yeah, I was playing Darko Wolf.
Such a
Badass
yeah.
fishman fighting.
I mean,
werewolf.
he laid out that fish man. Let's be perfectly honest. That was fantastic. Yeah, so good to have you. I mean, I'd love to play with you again, and excited to see what else you do here on the Wanderer's Haven channel.
All right.
Yeah. How about you, Kev?
Yeah,
Adam did it. He nailed it.
did it. We all did it together. We are a band. We are a team. We did it. So awesome. Yeah, I'm Kevin, and you can find me online at the socials at KevRan Games. I'm part of the production staff here at Wanderer's Haven, so I do some other games as well, including this Saturday. You can find me on the next episode of Star Trek Adventures. It's a continuation of a nice, cool cliffhanger we had last month. Some of us are getting thrown in the brig. Something weird's going on, so be sure to check that out. Saturday, 9 p.m., same channel. So come check us out. But yeah, thank you so much, Beth. Thank you, everybody else for playing. This was awesome. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thanks for the raid, Guild. Some of our besties. So thank you.
Yeah, this was great. I'm so glad to have played with all of you. This was a lot of fun. You made it infinitely more fun than I could have imagined. The minute Doom Polka came into the chat, I was just sold. So this is really great. I want to give a special thanks to Epidemic Sound for providing all of the kick-ass music that you heard. Don't forget that Wanderer's Haven is participating in the No Kid Hungry super streaming event through May 21st. They're really great. They provide meals for kids in need. So please donate if you can. Now, I would also like to send a special thanks out to Miko producing this tonight. He is the absolute best, and I'm
All-star.
so glad that he's is in my corner here. But yeah, I'm Beth. You can find me on social media at Beth Masco. Hopefully, I'll be back to play another game soon. But yeah, thank you for joining us. I know we ran late tonight. Thanks for the raid, Guild Superior. We are very happy to have you here. But yeah, that will be the end of tonight's game of Nightcrawlers Battle of the Bands here on the Wanderer's Haven channel. So thank you all so much, and have a good night.